Yes, you did. You made it weird. What's happening, weirdos? This is so fun. I'm glad you're here. These are the Please Don't Destroy boys. The boys with the Z. I enjoy them so much on SNL. They do the digital shorts. They are hilarious. They are incredible. Maybe do yourself a favor, watch a couple if you haven't before you listen, because we get into the nitty gritty on some of them. Nitty gritty, but you get it. I'm a huge fan. I think they're amazing. They actually just announced that they have a movie coming out, which is called The Treasure of Foggy Mountain. But just go on YouTube, type in Please Don't Destroy, and you don't even have to thank me later. Just enjoy. It'll make me happy to know you're enjoying it. Only a couple things for me to plug up top. On Netflix, my special, I Am Not For Everyone, is out now. Please check it out. It's my favorite special that I've ever done, and I'm relying a lot on word of mouth to get the word out. So like it, share it. It means a lot. I worked really hard on it. Just kind of I worked really hard on it. Also, I'm on tour, PeteHolmes.com. Chicago's coming up. DC sold out. Thank you. A couple other things. Just go to PeteHolmes.com. I'm probably coming to a city near you, and I hope you can be there. It means a lot. This episode is brought to us by a new Pete's Pick, which I'm very excited about, which is ARMRA. ARMRA. You guys know I'm always on the lookout for ways to strengthen immunity, improve my gut health, improve my fitness, my metabolism, enhance my hair, my skin, the radiance, the overall radiance, we'll call it. Well, I recently discovered an incredible product called ARMRA Colostrum. Colostrum is, what is it? What is that? It's the first nutrition we receive in life. Ever heard of it? And contains all of the essential nutrients our bodies need in order to thrive. ARMRA Colostrum is a proprietary concentrate of bovine colostrum that harnesses over 400 living bioactive nutrients that rebuilds the barriers of your body and fuels cellular health, and the benefits are crazy. Imagine harnessing the power of the first nutrition you receive as a human. You reactivate hair growth and gives you that glowing skin, fortifies gut health, igniting metabolism. How do you give your metabolism a kick in the butt? Well, ARMRA, boom. Fuels fitness, performance, and recovery. I'm 44. I work out. My body aches and pains. That's one of the first things I noticed when I started taking ARMRA, is a faster regeneration process. So support your body, support the show. We've worked out a special offer for weirdos. Receive 15% off your first order. Go to tryarmra.com/weird or enter weird at checkout to get 15% off your first order. That's TRYARMRA, armra.com/weird. We're also brought to us by our friends, a new Pete's Pick, which I use every single day. Actually, I use it more than once a day. I listen to Brain FM when I am working, when I am answering emails. I've also come to start to listen. That's a weird sentence. I've come to start to listen to it in the car when I just want my thoughts to be fueled by interesting music that doesn't disrupt my flow and allows me to daydream and think. And I do a lot of my best thinking in the car. So I've started using it in the car as well. What is it? Brain FM on the surface seems like an app that gives you the perfect background music for creative work, study, reading, meditation, relaxation, and sleep. And that is true, but it is much more than that. Brain FM's composers work hard to create amazing sounding music that doesn't distract and uses their patented audio technology to boost your mental states on demand. What does that mean? That means Brain FM scientists, Brain.fm's scientists, and composers add patterns to their music that change the patterns in your brain, creating increased blood flow and electrical activity in the brain and increasing focus in as little as 5 minutes. I swear by this, guys. I throw on these very headphones, open up Brain FM, go to Creative Flow, and drop in. Like that, it's a cue to my brain, and it gives it that that I need to drop in and get work done. Regular music is designed to be distracting, where you're constantly having to go back and skip a song, change a thing, words. Suddenly there's a trumpet. Get the fuck out of here, trumpet. Or somebody does a poem in the middle of the song. It's so nice to take the guesswork out of it and know whatever you're trying to do, fall asleep, meditate, relax, unwind, or focus and create. Brain FM has got you covered, and it's science-backed. They have the research to back their claims through close collaboration with neuroscientists and a wide variety of field experiments and testing. So Go to brain.fm/weird and you will get 30% off 1 year of Brain FM and start getting more done with less effort and unlock your best self on demand. Experience the difference that the right music can make in your life. That's brain.fm/weird, 30% off. All right, guys, enjoy. Please don't destroy. Get into it.
Holy fucking shit, we got some Pete's picks. Holy fucking shit, we got
Holy fucking shit! We got ourselves some Pete's picks.
What are you rocking with these days, eh? Liquid Death.
Well, that's not a Pete's
sponsor.
pick. That's not a sponsor. They are not paying. Bleep that.
Sorry.
Bleep that. In fact, Bury It Alive, not very good. Not a sponsor. I enjoy.
Why are you promoting it?
You have label out.
I know.
Like MTV Crib style.
There's no way to do it. There you go.
They
Salted Life is my favorite water. Okay. Magic Mind, you boys should drink these. Yeah, you're SNL
thank you,
fucks. Just do what everyone tells you to do.
Oh, fuck.
Drink it. Shake it.
We're
recording.
Shut the fuck up, lady!
+1.
I told you, dude.
+1. +1. Sorry, I've been watching your vids all morn.
Oh.
And I'm in the mood for nude, guys. You should have shook it more.
Oh my god, there's adaptogens in this?
Oh,
Are you being fucking a bitch?
dude, there's
A little bit.
You fucking being a bitch.
I didn't shake.
I've never been so familiar right off the bat. Just really going at you guys.
Well, guess what?
No, you would, for full real, like even if we weren't recording, I would tell you, I'm going to give you some. For writing, it's the best.
This?
Yeah.
What is this?
awesome.
What am I drinking?
Matcha, a little bit of caffeine, like about as much caffeine as half a cup of coffee, and adaptogens, which do calm you down. So it's like an
Wow.
upper and a downer at the same time, so it keeps you calm.
I just
You
took
gave us
so
drugs.
much Adderall. So is that
It's a
gonna mix
little
with-
bit like Adderall.
Okay, good. All right, good.
And we have similar hair. We all kind of have
Oh,
similar
dude,
hair. You
where do
boys
I
all
get it?
have like hair. You should use Modern Mammals. These are just commercials.
This is fun.
I'm loving this.
Okay.
Start.
Begin.
Press record. Press
no,
record.
that's all in there.
Good.
Okay, let's do names.
John.
Ben.
Martin. John.
Ben.
Martin. It's like zip zap
John.
zap.
Ben. Martin.
Well, I said off cam, I was like, it's not a big part of the Please Don't Destroy branding to really drill
Hey,
your
I'm John.
It's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we
There's
don't
no,
do
like-
that. The
No one
group
knows
is bigger than the
our individual names or our
Right.
group name.
No, please do not destroy.
Please do not destroy.
Do not disturb.
We once
Is that
did
That's
real?
one that we get all the time.
Do not disturb?
We had
Aubrey Plaza.
The first time we came to LA, we
She
did
called it do not disturb?
Mikey Day was like, yeah, those do not disturb guys are funny.
back to back name drops.
I liked it. Wait,
That
what
was
was the
cool.
first one? I
Coming
didn't
in
catch
hot.
Mikey,
Coming in
Mikey
hot?
Day.
Mikey
Is that a
Day.
rapper? it. MC coming in hot.
Mikey
Yeah,
Day.
sorry.
This is gonna be a good pod.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be a good pod. We
Second pod ever that we've
Is it
ever
true?
done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys have minimum web pres.
Yeah, we don't do that shit.
Please don't destroy for
like,
pres.
yeah, we do.
Web pres.
Wait, we have so many videos online.
No, I know that's a severe web pres, but
Right.
not as not as people. I got to be real. Like I hope it's a supreme compliment.
Yeah.
That like I've been watching your videos, which I watch as they come out as well. But like I've never like binged like 20, not really,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
10 in a row. And it just made me like love comedy. I'm like so happy to see you.
That's so sweet.
So happy to be riffing, and I'm not usually this, slappy.
Good.
Right out the gate, and it's watching the tone of it is so fun. That's all I'm trying to say.
Thank you.
That's so sweet.
We genuinely have all been listening to your podcast for maybe like 10 years.
Shut up.
Yeah,
For
it's
real?
like
We reference it in conversation, like deep episodes.
No.
Yeah,
we
really do.
We really
This
do.
is a joy.
Yeah.
This is a joy. What fun.
yeah, it's
'Cause
crazy.
Was it like your comedy? Yeah, you're young, 10 years
Well,
ago.
you're so much older than us.
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
that we look.
You look back
a
and wait,
living
like,
legend.
can we cut back and I'm a skeleton? And then cuts back and we never address it. And the rest of the interview, you don't even notice. You don't address that I'm dead.
Yeah.
And there's cobwebs in my jaw. Like,
Yeah.
how long has he been dead?
And we're answering as if you're asking questions.
Yes.
Oh, that's
we just
interesting.
take his
Yeah.
audio out. We just leave ours in.
But you, how old, 10 years ago, you were how old?
18, I was.
18.
17.
17. Martin?
15.
15.
Hey, did you start 10 years ago?
Let me get this jacket off. Let me get this jacket off.
It's as if you
real
haven't
quick.
spoken to anyone in months.
Yeah, he's so excited.
It is. I was touring for a while and I was starting to lose my nude.
Fuck yeah,
Lose my
dude.
nudes and my noodle.
What markets did you hit up, bud?
B markets.
No.
You guys into those B markets?
Tertiary
Fucking up
markets?
those B markets where you can't quite move tickets. You guys been humiliated in St. Louis yet?
We just did
Ooh, we
St.
just did
Louis.
this
Shit.
Sold out show.
Great
It was a
show.
great show.
Okay, I guess the web pres is a little bit
Yeah, it's a little bit higher than you thought.
A little bit higher than I thought.
Yeah.
You did St. Louis.
We did.
So
It was
you're
fun.
doing a live tour.
We this is basically the end of it.
Martin
LA.
only. Tell me about the live
Oh,
tour.
good.
Marty.
We did a podcast yesterday, and I said maybe 15 words. the
I'm
whole
not
time.
on this one, baby boy.
No, he's about to talk.
I'm finding Moses in the river, man. I'm pulling you out and nursing you to health.
Yeah.
Getting some LOLs from the plus one. Getting some sweet LOLs.
Brady laugh on the board.
Brady Lab on the board. Go ahead.
Yeah, we've been touring around since like July.
And what does that look like? What does it look like to the show?
Let me help you.
Yeah.
Ram Dass.
As soon as I died, he's who I looked for first. I was like, I'm dead. Not my grandparents. I'm like, where's Richard Alpert? I'm dead. We can finally be on the same plane again. You go up and perform sketches live. You show videos. I'm really curious what the show looks like.
Yeah, it's like live sketches. We don't really do props. We're all wearing Adidas tracksuits.
Yep.
And yeah, we started doing sketches live before we did the videos.
Are they sketches we've seen on SNL, or they're new stuff
No, new stuff.
that you wrote? Did you write this
That would be
for
cool
the
if
tour?
our show was covers of videos.
I actually would have zero problem with that.
My
I don't
dad
think anyone would
said
have
that
a
we
problem
should
with
do
that.
it, but
It's a topic of yeah.
yes, please. Thank
This is
you,
why-
Katie. Oh,
There you go.
thank you.
There you go. It's weird it's not branded in some way.
Yeah.
Could you sip it and say Magic Mind hits the spot?
Yep.
Even though it's coffee?
Was that what we did?
Yeah, you drank Magic Mind.
It's too hot.
Yeah, it's too high. Let rock that with the lid off. I'm just saying,
Thank you, Katie.
it's interesting. Let's talk a little bit about that because your sketches are so well edited. Do you edit them?
We're a part of it.
Not at the show.
Yeah.
I guess we're heavily involved. But before the show, we would edit them. Me and Martin would edit them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And John's fiance Emily.
Yeah.
Okay, bleep that out. So much. so
care
much
for it.
of it. So much of it. The editing is incredible, and it's really like I just watched Self Defense, and the way that you're like doing the violence in
Yeah.
particular.
Yeah.
Without being too fucking NPR, I am genuinely interested in what you make of violence, physical violence, a gun. Like it's so funny. And it's right. Like what like the anxiety one. You throw the phone and it hits you in the
Yeah.
face, John. So funny. Like
Yeah,
but
this-
it's so unexpected, but it's hard to you can't just sit in a room and go like, let's do something unexpected. Like
Right.
how is that coming about? Is that on the set? Is that in the script? Hits him in the face with the phone?
Yeah, stunts you have to really plan ahead for. weirdly, we never did stunts ever until this past year, and then we just got like it was like a new toy we found that we
Yeah.
were like,
It's a great use
and
of
then
budget.
maybe we throw them into it's a budget
it
thing
is.
also.
You can't really do that it's hard to do that on your own, but as soon as you have a little bit of a budget, you can break the bar, which is it's so fucking funny.
Martin throwing that phone in my face was a bit that when I would pitch something in a room or something and it wasn't funny, Martin would pretend to throw his phone at me. And we were like, that would hurt more than anything. Your iPhone directly
into the eye.
Right here. Yeah.
I actually think there's a rich comedy history of like where right now, today in 2023, where's the funniest place to be hit? I think it's one of the thermometers in the tone of meaning.
Yeah.
Remember Fight Club? I know you guys are younger than me, but like in Fight Club, he punches him in the ear and he's like, oh, you hit me in the ear. I remember being like, like unheard of.
A new place to be hit.
But it was shocking. It was like legit. And then like I feel like Neck had a good run.
Neck.
Like, hit me in the neck.
Throat.
Throat's
is a
really
funny
word.
We have some
throat
stuff.
Throat stuff.
Yep.
So you had a room bit which was throwing the phone in the face.
When I would pitch a bad joke, Martin would do that.
That seems unkind.
It's a real. That's
he
so
is a
funny.
terror to work with.
Hard insert of Martin, just kind of looking like Wind in the Willows, the mole with the cane. Just a gentle man. I can't really picture it. How often do room bits get into the sketches? Is that sort of normal?
Yeah.
A lot.
What the hell, man?
I have
really
COVID.
grossed me out.
I have
I thought you had
COVID-19.
Magic Mind.
No, Magic Mind is. I know. I have to say this actually. Thanks for bringing it up. Magic Mind does not treat or diagnose COVID-19 or suppress its symptoms. I've been saying that, and I shouldn't have been saying that.
Shit.
If anything, it makes it a little bit worse because you're awake and alert. So tell me just a little, but for real, like I'm actually interested, not a stock question.
Yeah.
Tell me about the process, whether it's room bits. Like we could even take a sketch like Stakeout or Anxiety. You could pick one and be like, what was the process? Is it we're under the gun, we have to come up with something fast, or is it more like we've been working on this for a while?
Stakeout was. We had it and we thought of it.
We thought of it.
We did think
No,
of
but a while before.
This is where
which
the
is kind
Milli
of rare.
Vanilli kind of conspiracy. Oh yeah, we wrote that.
We thought it.
There's 3 guys at 30
AI
Rock.
generated. All of our sketches
Yeah,
are
what am I
Chat
saying?
GPT.
I gotta help my riffs. It's not 3 guys. It's an algorithm.
We had it ready, right?
We
Or,
came
like-
up with that idea. I think we were going to try to do it with Pedro Pascal. Sorry if that's...
You may look at the names on this floor. Look at all the names people have dropped. Just swimming. They're swimming like fish. Some of them eat other names. Not cool, Tom Hanks. Gotta laugh. You're thinking.
Yeah,
You're thinking
well,
about to
sorry.
answer the question.
I don't know.
I'm
It's
trying to
always so
remember.
different, truthfully. Sometimes it's like one of us says something and the other's like, yes, yes. And then it's just like easy and it comes out and we write a draft and then like edit it. But then other times it's literally like us in our office, like truly miserable, like looking at the keyboard, like, what's like an observation?
Yeah, that's
like
we'd say that
what
all
is-
the
What's an
time.
observation?
What is an
What is,
observation?
like, something like
That is a
any-
nightmare.
Yeah.
What is something we might have observed?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
literally
ever.
what like our baseline question is when we don't have
There's
an idea.
so
And give me-
much output at that show that it's like by the like you really reach like the depths of like scraping at anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's an example of an observation? Because you made it weird, but like some jokes are jokes, like stand-up jokes, and some jokes are sketches, and some jokes are movies.
Yeah. Totally.
And people confuse those all the time. Can you think of an example? I feel like just the term anxiety is you go, well, that's a sketch.
Yes. Yeah.
Anxious.
Yep.
And look, I don't want to kill the bird, but I'm just saying it's like, what if someone was anxious and they should have been? Like they were horrible. And that's the
Exactly.
joke.
Totally.
Yeah.
But would that be like an answer to a question? You're looking at your keyboard and you go, anxiety? Like
You know how like exactly. You know when like you like drank the night before and you're really nervous about like, what did I say to that person?
Yeah.
What about if you did say a bunch of bad shit? Because
Right.
the answer is always like, dude, you're fine.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I remember that hard. Remember on The Simpsons, they give Barney, it's like sympathy stationery that says "I'm deeply remorseful for," and it's just like it's a pad of paper that says "I'm deeply remorseful for." So okay, so you guys are going to parties and you realize that, that this is a relatable thing and you go with it.
Yeah.
How far out are we coming up with the sketches? Is it like SNL style under the gun?
100%.
It is.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Stakeout, that's why I was getting tripped up on it, because we thought of that idea a while before we did it, which is like rare. Like I remember pitching it to Brady in like LA way before we wrote it. But then basically every other video is like that week.
Really?
Yeah.
Which seems like you guys would be sort of exempt from that lunacy. Like everybody that does SNL, I'm just like, it seems so unfair that you could have a sketch go to dress, it gets cut. Why don't we retool it? But it's this like perpetual motion machine that's like, no, never look back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, at least the digital guys
Could.
Yeah. But you don't?
No,
Why?
it's not how we do it.
It's 'cause
But if it were like how Lorne said to do it, wouldn't it become how you do it?
Absolutely. The boss.
yeah, the boss man.
The boss man says, well, we do it.
But I think he believes in the like it has to come together at the last second thing.
Yes.
The mojo.
Yes.
Yeah.
The magic.
Yeah.
A lot of feelings. I have
Yeah.
a lot of feelings. Because I care about comedy and comedians, and I'm like, we could do this. I've said this every guest on
Yeah.
SNL. I always say
know.
this, so I know. So I'm going to put it to you. I'm done. But does it ever occur to you, like, we could do this in a little bit more of a Silicon Valley kind of way?
I don't
I don't
want
know.
to.
I don't want to
weirdly.
either.
Because of the legacy and the fun?
It's
there's-
really fun.
yeah,
It is.
it's like
really
being
fun.
like 4 a.m. on a Tuesday. Like
Yeah.
And we're always so happy.
yeah, right.
Not happy.
No.
Miserable.
A lot of time. I mean, at 4 a.m. or at
When that
5,
sun
6
rises-
a.m.
Brutal.
That's pretty rough.
That self-defense one was a page 1 rewrite at like 8
Yeah,
a.m.
8 a.m.
We would.
Then we
yeah.
had to submit it at like 12.
It's almost like sleep deprivation in lieu of cocaine. I'm not
Kind
even
of,
trying to
yeah.
be funny. It's
Yeah.
like, let's get nuts.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get it. And
Also, like I think Lorna said this, but like, you're funnier with your friend. Like, are you funnier during the day walking through the hallways, or are you funnier at your sleepover at 3 a.m.? Like,
yeah,
which
I
I
get that.
like.
And Lauren has a lot of sleep.
He always is having
Footy
sleepovers anyway.
pajamas.
Yeah.
Those pillows that like
Him
break
and Paul
very
McCartney
easily.
are like cracking each other up.
God, I wish you would pick someone I can do an impression of.
Paul McCartney?
I know.
That's pretty
I can't-
easy.
But that's why I'm like, don't even try,
then.
because
Do
anyone
it
can
then.
do it.
Hello.
No, perfect.
Hello. We have a sketch that we've wanted to do for years, which is Ringo wrote all the good Beatles songs.
That's funny.
And then John and Paul are always like, I like that one, Ringo. And I wrote it. And then of course, the blow is Lennon writes Octopus's Garden, and he
Yeah.
goes, Ringo's like, I don't like that one, boys. And he's like, oh, really? Because you wrote it. And he's like, no! Okay, we're talking sketches. We're having fun. We're riffing. We're doing bits.
Print that.
Print it. Okay, so you're doing it under the gun. I think there is. I'm going to check myself after I've already wrecked myself, because it's clearly true that like manufacturing stakes in a like what I'm saying is true. It's logically true. Like, why are you doing this at 4 a.m.?
Yeah.
But when you're in the business of creating sleepover energy,
Yeah.
which is real. Like you
Yeah.
are funniest. Like I said, I was not selling out St. Louis this past weekend, and I send myself texts in the middle of the night. You just text yourself an idea, and you look at it, and it's like 4 a.m.,
Yeah.
5 a.m.
Yeah.
Like these things are coming in
Yeah.
the midst. And you know what else is disruptive is like different time zones. Like I'm going to bed at 2, but it's only like whatever that is. I'm not here to do math. 11.
Yeah.
My body's time. All those disruptions actually are really, really good. And you actually see, I think you see CEOs and stuff trying to manufacture failure so they can have something to come back from.
Right.
Like I think Elon Musk kind of quietly wants the window on the Tesla truck to break so he can be like,
Have
fuck.
a comeback story.
Yeah. Because it sucks.
Yeah.
Like, you need to have something. And you guys, being young and fighting and new to the show, fighting for relevance is really exciting. Like, you'll be wanting to capture this again. So I think this is me checking myself after I wrecked myself. I think Lauren is obviously right that it's like, I guess what I'm saying is like deadlines don't exist really, so they make a show where they do exist.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
it does matter.
Yes.
And you guys respond to that pressure cooker?
Yeah, like, would we make better stuff if it was not in that environment? I don't know, like maybe.
Yeah.
But there is something just appealing about lifestyle and process-wise about doing it. Like,
Yeah.
It feels like a relic of like
Martin,
old show
shut
business.
the fuck
Shut up, dude.
Shut the fuck up.
Yapping.
Shut the fuck up. Oh. I don't even like that as a bit. I hated that as a bit. I didn't even like saying it to you. You're
No, I
welcome.
liked
Please tell me. It was the joke. It was the joke to make. Please, what do you got, pal?
I was just gonna say that I think that we like it. Also, we have a different space on the show than like the cast.
Yeah.
And that is a tough position that they're in. Like, we get to edit our video, and when we write stuff for the cast, we don't have to like go out and do it that night in front of people.
Right.
You know, so I don't know. Like, I think for writers, the process is good, but I don't know.
Who is it?
Martin Short.
No way. Answer. He's never been on the show. We
No
could finally
way.
have him on the show.
When does this come out?
Oh, we're not filming this. JK. Whenever you want. Any Wednesday you want. Facts, ready? I'm watching The Big Short last night. There's a moment in The Big Short where they go to Vegas, and there's a huge billboard of Martin Short, which they didn't plan. But I'm wondering if McKay is like, that's funny, it's a Big Short.
Yeah.
It's a Big Short in The Big Short.
In what part?
It's just an establishing shot of when they go to Vegas for
Just like
it's
an
at the
ad for
end.
his show?
It's just like he's headlining
That's
the
so
Palm or whatever,
funny.
and there's a Big Short in The Big Short.
That's good.
Fucking so close to being horrible. Okay, so yes.
Also, context for why he's calling you.
Yes, so if this is coming out after,
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
I see.
He's doing our show in L.A.
Oh,
He's gonna
fun.
come out
Do
as
a
a
guest
surprise
appearance.
guest.
That's incredible.
Or maybe he's calling to say, I don't
out.
want to do it. Yeah.
Boys, I'm out. But it's like bright, and you can't help but love it. I'm pulling out. I don't even have.
want to do it.
Thank you. Oh, I don't even have an excuse. I can't. It's just brightness. So to your point, Martin, I think you're kind of getting it both ways. You have the pressure cooker, but you have the edit.
Yes.
And I feel like you're gonna take. Well, let me ask you: do you feel like you take more chances because you know you can? It can be a tape cut. You can take it out. You can watch it. Go that didn't work, right? So I think one of the reasons why we see these huge swings in your videos, and I say that with the most respect, is because you don't kind of have to do it like a little play.
Yeah.
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 You have to, like,
Totally.
read it off of cards and shit, which is, it's a little bit of a hindrance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we write like 4 million alts.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
edit it like insane people.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's-
It like the ability to just take out any fat is like, when you're doing a live sketch, it's like you kind of just it becomes a thing where it's just like that's just the way the intro is of this thing, and it took us a minute to get to the first joke.
Yeah.
But it's worth it, in the end or whatever. But like with our videos, you can just slice out anything that feels
Right.
slow.
And pace it up. That's why
Yeah.
I was saying in self-defense, like if you got punched, it's actually a really funny edit to me, is he hits you and it's like a hard cut and
Yeah.
you're on the ground.
Yeah.
And that's very funny.
Yeah.
Because that in itself is a joke. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like, well, people are supposed to fall.
Yeah,
and
no,
they're
this is
supposed
just
to, you're
flat.
down.
Yes.
And then when you get hit and when you get, it's all fucking, and the old lady
Yep.
and all of
I
it.
forgot about the old lady.
No, and the casting on the old lady is
She was amazing.
Excellent.
top tier.
Yeah, she
Because
was
if she was
amazing.
almost, for those who haven't seen it, first of all, watch it. But like, she has to be likable. It's an old lady that's gonna get smashed into a trophy case.
Yeah.
So she has to be likable But if she's too likable,
You lose.
I was
What did you
so
do? That was
scared
the
of that.
fear.
you
Because
have
I body
Yes.
slam her into a glass cabinet.
After though she established it, it's all status.
Yeah.
It's like fucking Chaplin. She shows that she can stop a fist. Play Russian roulette.
Yeah,
So
no.
this woman is now no longer a granny, and you now have
Yeah.
comedic permission
Yeah,
to
she's a
body
villain.
check her.
Yeah.
She's a villain.
By the way, shout out to our director Tim Wilkheim,
Bleep that.
who. Sorry, this is about us. But I remember having that conversation. I was like, I think people are gonna hate if I slam her, and he was like, but she just held a gun up to you and to herself.
Yeah.
And it's
That's
like
Yeah.
she is no longer. She's
That
a
sweet
villain
old
now.
lady. Yeah.
It's M. Night Shyamalan,
Yeah.
Devil. We all
Yeah.
watched
Yeah,
Devil.
of course.
Don't
I
ask
love
like
Devil.
you didn't watch.
Go check out M. Night Shyamalan's Devil.
Devil.
Actually, I did.
Of course you did. I'm not doing a bit. Everyone watched Devil.
I have no idea what Devil is.
It's M. Night. It's late Shyamalan.
Really?
Late
a new
Shyamalan.
Wait, like
No
new?
elevator thing.
It's in an elevator.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's still
of
late.
course
It's-
I've seen
it's-
it, yeah.
You have
Yeah,
seen it?
totally.
Because one of the people in this elevator is
Yeah.
the devil.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't even care. It's the little old lady.
It is.
Eat shit, man. Fucking, I put my email address on the screen. Write me up. Write me up.
dare
Drop
you.
me a line. I dare you. If you're legit mad for spoiling Devil, here's my real email address. I await your call. So editing and the old lady, I'm sorry, the riffing.
Doesn't matter.
Tell me, okay, yeah. So tell me first week SNL. Tell me those stories. Did you have imposter syndrome? Were you shitting your britches?
Nope.
Fucking. By the end of this interview, everyone's gonna know John is the balls of steel one. John's got balls of steel.
We were terrified.
horrifying.
We were absolutely.
Oh, you were? I
Yeah.
thought you were for real.
No.
So you roll in. Tell
scary.
me about showing up. Don't you show up and like you're early? You're way too early. I've heard a lot of stories like that.
It
Like,
was-
They say it starts at 11, but everybody rolls in around 4 p.m. and you
Well,
guys
that's
are just there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
real.
yeah,
like throughout the week, but it was a weird kind of post-COVID time, so shit was kind of different, like scheduling wise, and like stuff was a little bit more on time.
Yeah.
I remember
also
showing
got-
up. Yeah.
No, you go.
I don't really remember showing up.
Shut up.
Yep.
You were in the elevator. An old woman was
Yeah,
the
yeah,
devil.
She was the devil.
Yeah.
We got hired with 7 other writers, so it was like a group of 10 new people coming in, along with like 3 new cast members. So it felt like
Yeah.
a whole new wave of people to be like.
You
going
felt like you had a
through.
class.
Yeah,
That helped.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
totally.
helped
That
a
helped.
lot. For
If
sure.
it was just you three,
It would have been.
Let's be real. If we're doing the Please Don't Destroy origin story movie, it's just you guys. We can't have 7 friends also going like, "This is a big deal." Like I can't have that. I can't have that. But it helped,
It totally
did.
helped because
And
you just felt like you weren't alone,
right?
and also.
and you go, these are my enemies. These are the people.
yeah, these
who
are
I
the
wanna
people
kill.
that I'm gonna. Yeah,
I'm gonna slowly, passive aggressively destroy their confidence.
exactly.
That's
And it
funny
worked.
for
It
you.
worked.
That's for you. That's very funny. I didn't know you could hit that hard. Brutal.
Oh my god.
Neil Brennan said that to me. He watched my Batman videos and he was like, I didn't know you could hit that hard. I was like, I don't know how to feel about this.
That's
It's like, thank you. This is way funnier than anything you've ever done.
Oh my god, I don't usually like you.
Exactly. So you're in the same office. Is it just you guys in one office?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's gotta help.
I mean, a huge help is having your 2 best friends
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
that's even beyond like the other writers that got hired. Like we could just look at each other and be like, "Dude, I'm really fucking scared, man," and then be like, "Yeah, me too."
Yeah.
And you just go together.
Who just a little gratitude opportunity. Who folded you in nice? Did anybody come in and make an effort?
Good question.
What if it's just like 45 seconds of silence? We're all
Yeah.
just staring.
No.
Going through
Heidi.
the names.
Heidi.
Heidi?
Heidi
Okay.
Gardner had done our live show in New York and was like extremely nice to us and supportive.
That's great.
Our friend Paul Briganti, who directed our movie.
Nate
Yeah.
Bargatze. No way.
Nate Bargatze, yeah.
If I hear anything that sounds even close to Nate Bargatze.
Oh my God, Nate Bargatze.
Wow, Nate Bargatze. That's so cool. Paul Barganti.
Paul Briganti.
Bargatze.
He was the one that was like, he was there for like 5 years already, and he was like, let's just shoot something secret style.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, we just got like the Hard Seltzer video, which was our first video, was we secretly shot it on a Monday with like
We were just hired as writers with like this weird, like vague, like, and you know, maybe the videos will maybe do that at
You
some
can do
point.
Lauren voice.
yeah.
I did not.
You can do it. Maybe.
Well, you know,
Maybe you do a video.
that
I can't do it.
Classic Lauren.
Hey! You guys are funny.
Some of your internet shorts. If you boys want to make some lonely islands, he calls them lonely islands, because that's what that means. A video online is like a lonely island. Paul Simon walks in. We're having lunch. He plays bridge over Lonely Island.
Have you met Lauren?
He walked by me once.
Yeah, because you wouldn't
it.
be fucking doing that if you met him.
Say what?
You wouldn't be fucking making fun of him if you met him.
I'm glad I circled back to
one
have
of
you
the
say that. Total Javier Bardem style. You weren't even looking at me.
Straight to
Yeah,
camera.
you wouldn't be making fun of him. Am I making fun of him?
Not at all. No.
Am I?
No.
100% JK. But even that, do you guys respond to that energy? The like, gotta please. And I'm not saying this out of school. I'm saying please, Dad. Like I do. I like. I think I would thrive in that structure.
Yeah.
Martin, you're none.
100%. Yeah, I think all of us.
Yeah. It's nice.
That dynamic, right?
Yeah.
Did you have
not
that?
me, dude. No, it's easy for me.
Yeah.
But then, even that, so we're kind of creating this like sleepover energy.
Yep.
And also, a lot of artists I know have that, the withholding father. It doesn't mean monster father.
Right.
It just means he's, what I was on mushrooms once and I went, Mom thinks it's great. Dad's not impressed. This is how we learn to do our best. Can you imagine how funny that would be if we were all on mushrooms and I sang that out of nowhere?
It
It was
my God.
killer. But that's the dynamic that they're even manufacturing there. I'm sure Lorne, in his heart of hearts, could be like, I just want you boys to succeed. I love you. You know,
Right,
but like
right.
he knows it's better to kind of keep you a little bit wanting it.
With how, I don't know how, I think he just has a lot of people to take care of. So it's like, it's not as much, I don't think it's calculated like I'm going to withhold. I think it's like, I can, as a human being, take
Right.
care of a million people.
Right.
So I just have to, you know, I don't know.
Does he sprinkle a little fish food on you every once in a while?
Like good,
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah.
yeah.
Good job.
Totally. I think he does to every, like, that's, I think, a myth is that he's just like, wow, cool. You know what I mean? Like,
Cool
like
video.
when something's good, he loves it.
Yeah.
Like,
So finish the thing about Desk and J.C. Penney. You shot it on the sneak,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
but you had to get the prop department involved. I mean, that's a
Our
prop
dude,
heavy
Josh Karp, shout out.
bleep. And but you wanted to establish that. So you weren't hired as Lonely Islands. You know what I'm saying? You
It
weren't
was
hired
vague.
as.
It's like we
It was-
were and we weren't. No one tells you anything there. Shut
Yeah.
up for a second. Please go ahead.
For
Mark.
some
Go
reason,
ahead.
that was worse than shut the fuck up. Not looking at him. Shut up for a second.
My favorite part about that bit is that then when I do say the thing, I feel enormous pressure.
It's gotta be good.
Gotta kill.
What was your big idea you wanted to share?
Yeah, no, I literally at one point went, go. Like, I was like, go? Don't say go. So you weren't hired as the digital content creators, but you wanted to be. It sounded like that's what
No, but
you
that-
were.
We were though. We were and we weren't. It was like so vague. Everything there, it's like there's a million rules and there's no rules.
You
And
could?
it's-
We had
Make
heard like
videos?
maybe through our managers you would do videos there, and then our first week when we talked with Lauren, he was like, "Are you doing a video this week?"
Yeah.
we were like, "Do you want us to do a video?" And
He was like,
You could.
yeah. That was great.
You could.
Yeah.
I pictured him getting a massage from Robot Arms. I don't know why. I was like, you boys, you boys doing a video this week. Steam towel. And you did Desk. You shot it on the sneak.
Yep.
And
On
what
that
was it?
Monday.
How fucking fun was it to have an edited video? And when did you show it to anybody?
that was the scariest thing ever because we shot it on a Monday, edited it throughout the week, and then like slowly started inviting like writers and producers to just watch it in the edit room.
Yeah.
and they would like laugh and be like, "Yeah, I think this will work," but no one knew at all.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they told us that they wanted to show it at Dress, and we were like, "Great! Even if it doesn't get on the show, maybe they'll put it online or something." And then it did really well at Dress, and then
It's another interesting consideration. You almost have to edit it knowing people are going to laugh.
Totally.
That's the weirdest
weird.
thing about SNL. And that's kind of comes back to the stunt thing.
Yeah.
I don't think that's something we would have done if it weren't for like a studio audience laughing. Like
Like needing to get.
you need
Needing-
like
yeah.
big moves and like physical stuff.
And sometimes I can't hear the thing. Like it's like bulletproof if there's like a mix problem.
Yeah.
Like, oh, if someone falls through a table, they're gonna
Right.
laugh at that even if they can't hear.
If you're on the floor at SNL watching the show, there are crew guys like shouting and carrying giant walls and flats behind you, and
It's
you're
like
like
Paperboy,
ducking.
the video game Paperboy.
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
Paperboy.
It's like Frogger for me.
Okay.
And for you, it would be
Halo?
Halo 3.
Yeah, of course.
It would be
VR.
Google goggles. Google goggles?
Google
that was
goggles.
right there, Google goggles.
Yeah, Google
if they had called
goggles.
Google Glass Google goggles, we'd all be
Everybody
wearing
would
them.
be like, oh, cute. Let's get them.
Some Google goggles.
Oh my God, that feels like a Philip K. Dick book cover. Is a baby in a carriage and he's wearing Google
Yeah.
goggles.
Oh my god.
Philip K. Dick.
Philip?
I know who that is.
Do you not know who Philip K. Dick is?
No.
You don't need to. But
Science fiction
every
Of
like,
course. Yes.
Total Recall.
Oh, yes.
It's like you don't know Total Recall?
No, I do. But I don't know Philip K. Dick. Is he like Tom Clancy?
He was a he I believe like was Blade Runner Philip K. Dick? Like
I think
all
so,
science
yeah.
fiction was based off of Philip K. Dick, who is a very far out freaky dicky
Hell yeah.
dude.
Yeah, it's like like magazines.
Kinda, yeah.
Porno.
Yeah, yeah.
You like porno?
Love it.
And that's the social clip.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
That's
Do you
it.
like porno?
Love it. Like no, through a
chat
burp.
with Please Don't
Love
Destroy.
it. So you show it at Dress and it kills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they go, we're going to put it on the show.
It was,
Yeah.
yes, it was so nerve wracking. Because it was like,
It's done.
Yeah,
You
it's-
can't really adapt.
we edited it.
Oh my god.
dressed
We
it.
had this is a fun little secret story. I don't know if we've told this anywhere. But whatever.
On
it doesn't
both
matter.
the podcasts you've done.
Yeah.
I hope there's some fresh material.
We used all of our
of this is
stories
recorded.
yesterday.
Go, please.
We were like, okay, we have no idea if this video is going to work, but if nothing else works, the ending is going to get a laugh. Because we reveal that the whole time that we were having this conversation in our office, we were like, should we get back to work? And we turn and we're painting on an easel Alex Moffat, who is naked on our couch.
Yeah.
Like with a bouquet of flowers in front of his crotch.
Yeah.
We were like, if nothing else works,
At least we have the ending.
that'll work. Like
Yeah.
Alex naked,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
That is the only thing that got 0
Yeah.
at Dress.
Yeah.
And we were like,
No. This is the weirdest feeling ever. Because we thought the whole time the exact opposite would happen. Nobody would laugh, and then the ending would be like, nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look,
But then-
I'm, whatever. I have hindsight. I'm watching it. I'm like, no, it's tight. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yes.
It's funny.
Yes,
Like I know
totally.
we
You
know
don't need-
now.
you
Yeah.
don't need that at all.
Yeah. What's
that?
Yeah, you definitely don't need that ending at all.
No.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting subject. Is like when it comes to sketch writing and endings. That's kind of been a classic. Usually when you watch a sketch and it sucks, it's usually the ending, and you
Yeah.
guys are very good at heightening it. Like one final time. Would you talk a little bit about that?
It's hard. I mean, as you know, it's like endings are the hardest part, which is like last year, I feel like we did a lot of physical endings, like getting thrown coffee on our face
Yes,
or something
yes.
like that, or a gun comes out.
But that's huge. Look, I don't mean to oversimplify it, but it's like we're in the business of surprise.
Yeah.
So the interns come in. This is at the end of self-defense, and
Yeah.
they go, "Here's your coffee."
Yeah.
And a lot of people would go, "That's the end of the sketch." Like,
Yep.
and you run through your ideas, and you go like, maybe it's like a freeze frame. That's
Yeah.
kind of like a dumb thing. Like
Yep.
you play like a beautiful song, and it's very because that's a violation of sorts. It's been this hyper-violent video.
Yeah.
Now it's ending sweet.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
guys are like, what if they throw it in our
Yeah.
faces,
Yeah.
scalding hot coffee?
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's funny to talk this much about sketches that I feel like you guys are doing from such an organic place. This is probably the most analysis they've been given. And again, I mean that as a compliment. You're not really sitting around going like, it feels gut based. Is that fair to say?
I think that was like, it'd be nice to end on a scream because that's loud. And even if they're not laughing, that'll
You'll hear
something.
If
like
we're
a loud,
screaming, no one will notice.
Yeah, it's kind of the same noise as a laugh.
No,
so.
it's true.
Yeah.
gut
That's
based
really true.
and fear based.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah.
A lot of times we'll talk about like, okay, well, what's the like emergency breakout? Which like the desk hard seltzer like title card thing.
Yeah.
Was the emergency breakout in between Dress and Air? Like, how do we just like end it? Like,
Joe's texted us, like, what about this? And we literally, the graphics department between Dress and Air did that, like, desk hard seltzer. It's in the, like.
Wow. Because that became the ending.
Yeah, because the painting ending didn't work. So we were like, we don't know what to do. We don't have anything else that we
also,
film.
our second week at the show, having to like go up to a senior cast member and be like, "Hey, you know how we just made you get naked for this thing? We have to take you out of it." And
I
Yeah.
was just going to say, how hard is that to be like,
Yeah.
it didn't work.
He's the
It's
coolest dude, though. So he was
nice.
like, yeah, that's totally fine. I love Alec. But it was, we were like, dude, we're so sorry.
Yeah.
And he was just like, this is the show.
think
He's
that
like,
he
I've
knows.
been in this situation 4 million times.
Yeah. You probably don't even remember all the times that
No.
you've done
Yeah.
something insane. What about a sketch? And I mean this in the spirit of fun, not the spirit of bitterness.
Yeah.
Sketches that you loved that didn't go, that got cut, that no one ever wanted to even shoot, or maybe that you shot and you were like, that's the best thing we've ever done, and then it just goes nowhere.
That's a good question. I think the only one that's ever been hard cut, like not put online or anything, was our third week where we were like really swinging for a home run.
Hilarious.
Which is, we were like,
We said, what is an observation?
We had 2 like solid videos. Now let's go.
What is an observation?
That's what it was.
Let's go like, what are people gonna love? Which is always the worst way to approach
Yeah,
comedy.
it's very Rick Rubin. You shouldn't be thinking about like what will they love. You
Yes,
should be thinking
yeah.
about what do you love.
Totally.
And I've made that mistake.
Yeah, it's easy to.
Oh my god, all the time.
Is there anything worse though than I'm gonna say for me, I've pandered. I've been like, I'm gonna like sell out and do.
You have.
I have.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
your social clip. No, I had a stand-up bit where I did the Batman voice because I was like, so many
Yeah.
fans like Batman, and I did a joke about taking Viagra and then not having sex, and it's like putting the bat signal up, but like Batman
Yeah.
shows up and you're like, nothing's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
And it's a fine premise, but it was too corny to be like, what's going on? And like I do it. And like one person woos, and then you just feel like a dirty.
That's even
you
worse,
feel
yeah.
dirty. You're like,
It's like
I tried to reverse engineer
Yeah.
a crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
What was yours? What did you do? What was the observation?
It was something about like HBO family dramas or something, but it was like not specific enough to one kind of trope. I don't even really remember.
It was like the kind of like prestige like mini series like the Nicole Kidman ones.
Yeah.
From that. I can't even
Succession.
remember.
It was like at a time where HBO had like 3 shows that were kind of family dramas.
Okay.
And we were like, have you noticed how like HBO has all these like family dramas? And like that was the observation.
It's like everyone's talking about this.
Yeah.
Like it's front of mind, which is like
Yes.
that's death. Like,
Yeah, but it's also, I mean,
It's
that's what
something.
happened with seltzer.
Yeah.
You guys are going, everyone's making seltzer.
Yeah.
But that was
But-
just came from J.C. Penney hard seltzer would be a funny phrase.
Yeah.
And then it happened to be
be an
something that
observation.
reverse
Yeah.
engineered.
Yeah.
You
like-
did. That's so perfect because you thought of something kind of absurd and silly, but
Yeah.
then you gave people a way in.
Yeah.
Which is, it's one of the few sketches you guys have that has like a very clean expositional.
Yeah.
Someone goes, since White Claw is doing so well,
Yeah.
everyone's
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you need that. And now you've kind of like snuck in. We just wanted to say J.C. Penney hard seltzer.
Yeah, Mark like
Totally.
wrote it on a list of like, what are some ideas? And it was like J.C. Penney hard seltzer. That's funny. And then that was it.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
And fantastic. Okay, so the family drama thing didn't work.
No.
Did not work. We've also like I remember one big failure at table was we wrote something with a ton of celebrity cameos where that was kind of like the whole thing. It was like a
How do we
big
heighten-
song, like boy band thing where it was like, and Seinfeld is here and this person's here.
Right.
And I remember just feeling everyone was just like,
That's the kind of pandery,
this
like
doesn't- you're just trying to make a big thing.
Like,
Yeah.
you're digging in your toy chest. If I was at SNL, I was like, do you think Guy Fieri would do it? You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right. Yeah.
you'd be wrong. All of these quote unquote mistakes are like so success adjacent.
yes, yes, that's so true. That's
It's like-
so true.
And if they worked, I could say, and we all could. This is the mystery of comedy. We could all see all of these things being like, and that was our big, and that became
yes,
Too
totally,
Many Cooks.
totally.
And Seinfeld did, and blah, blah, and it's like, whoa.
And that's going back to like Lorne being way kinder than you think he is. He knows that too. So it's like something like that bombs. It's like nobody yells at you, but it's just like, yeah, you know, that won't work.
Right.
And that's it. And you kind of just like move on, learn your lesson, and then like
I think that's what makes it comedy as a whole infinitely explorable, and why people want to do it the rest of their lives. Because like golf or racquetball, I guess, like there are certain things where it's like it doesn't matter how much you play it.
Yes.
You might get hit in the face with the ball.
Exactly.
Like the best player
Yeah.
in the world just ends up in the sand trap, and you're just like, that's golf.
Yeah.
And that's comedy. So
Yeah.
would you talk a little bit about humility? I mean, does it help and inform, like, or are you just rolling with it?
Bombing, I think, is like the most important thing you can do. We were just talking about this, how like it feels like comedians and musicians and people who perform live have like the longest shelf life.
Yeah.
Because there's no way to like trick a live audience or
Yes.
something. Like you'll feel it if it's not being received properly.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That is pulled straight from my brain. It's like
Yeah.
writing a book. I'm looking at Gary Goldman's book. That's hard.
Yeah.
Because you're just
Yeah.
in a vacuum. But like knowing you have to go up on stage that night, you're like, I gotta cut this line.
yes,
It doesn't
totally.
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Totally.
They're
And
not
it
laughing at it.
Hurts.
Yeah.
It's like junior high gets condensed, like
Yeah.
the horror of junior high gets
Oh.
condensed
Yeah.
into a 5-second feeling in your gut.
Yeah, like no, we didn't like that. What you just did.
Horrible.
Yeah.
And especially what you were saying about like when you see how hot the laughs can get. Sometimes when I'm doing stand up and it's like a new set or something and I get a 10 laugh, it's almost a curse because you're
Yeah.
like, fuck, now I know what a 10 sounds like.
Yes.
And I don't think there's
Everything
any more
else,
10s.
yes.
No.
I don't think I have any more 10s.
Totally.
I put my 10 in the opening 5 minutes and now
Yeah.
now you're chasing it and you know the mark you're not hitting.
Oh God.
Which is why you close on your best joke, because you
Yes.
don't want the humiliation.
It sucks. It
Yeah.
sucks too in a sketch when the premise line gets the biggest laugh and then it's just like slow downhill.
But isn't that that's again on The Simpsons, a show? It was on Nickelodeon's. You'd put a quarter in and you could watch The Simpsons.
oh, cool. It sounds cool.
Oh.
It was like a long TikTok.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was ridiculous. Thank you for that laugh. I appreciate that. That was such a stupid old guy, young guy. It's like a long TikTok.
I was going to do a joke where I didn't know what The Simpsons is, so.
I felt it. That was the area.
Yeah.
That was the observation.
Yeah. yeah. Oh, I love
What if these
observations.
comedy guys don't know The Simpsons? But remember, Krusty comes in and he has huge ears, and he's like, "I gotta clean my ears," and he holds up a giant Q-tip.
Yeah.
and then he says, "Ugh, it's 4 more minutes of this," like just like that. That's like when
Yeah.
you get a laugh, dude. I remember when I was in summer camp, and there was like a talent night, and me and my friend Nick did that sketch where you put your legs, your arms in the pants, and you look like a tiny person, and you do like a dance or something. The lights come up, vivid memory, 0 laugh. I'm thinking like when the lights come up and they see us, and then I do like an offensive Richard Simmons impression. 0 laugh, and I'm swinging. I'm going, I'm Richard Simmons. 0. And then the rest of it is like
Yep.
sort of fat shamey, like the other guy was like
Yep.
stuffed with, and he's going, and like nothing.
That stinks, dude.
It actually, yeah, it does stink. And I'm glad, like you said,
Yeah.
bombing is like the best thing you can do. Is like, I remember in, I don't subscribe to this advice or I don't endorse it, but like in Judy Carter's stand-up comedy, the book, the first exercise is go out and bomb on purpose.
Yeah.
My counter argument to that is, sweeties, you don't have to try.
No,
Like,
totally. Try your best.
Go for the goal. Go for the goal.
Totally.
Go up and go, I'm Richard Simmons. I'm
totally.
fucking washing it.
Yeah, that's valuable too. Like,
Yeah.
it's fun. You have that story forever now. It's
Yeah.
really fun. Bombing is just that thing where it's like, you're okay, and it like really does allow you to go like, I know what I liked about this thing originally, which is why I tried it. And usually you can, going back to your point of like, why don't you retool stuff? It's like,
Yeah.
you kind of can.
Yeah.
Like, through a backdoor way of like, that thing that I liked about that, I can use that for another.
Yeah, extract it.
Yeah.
What is, I'm not even making fun. What is the observation? Like, what
Yeah.
was the core of
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, blind consumerism is always going to be kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like people chasing. I'm talking about the seltzer one. It's
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yes.
that's funny. It's
Yeah.
funny how blatantly people are like, that's their version of trying to make a home run, like
Yeah.
me doing the Batman voice in a
Yes.
joke or whatever.
Totally.
What is the dynamic in the group? Like, here, let me really.
Toxic.
Yeah.
Alpha.
Alpha, Sigma, Alpha.
Wait.
2 alphas and a sigma, not a zeta.
Nope,
not a beta. A
Nope.
sigma.
Yeah.
What is a sigma?
Sigma's just like the middle.
Somewhere in the
the
middle.
middle.
Yeah.
You're kind of nothing.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
You're nothing. It's fine. It's okay. Here's my real, and it's a leading question, so forgive me. What is the business sense like in this group? I don't mean money. I mean like, are all 3 of you on the same page, or is one of you like a pure artist that's like, I don't care, man, it's about the laughs? Or were you all kind of like, we would like to do SNL. We would like to have a YouTube presence.
Yeah.
We would like to do movies. Are you all on the same page, or is there like a, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah.
I think it's a boring answer, but I kind of think yes.
I think we are
All 3.
Yeah.
on the same page.
Would you talk a little bit about?
No.
No, thank you. Next question.
No,
Sorry.
you guys said the Holocaust didn't happen. Would you
Yeah.
talk a little bit about?
I mean, just
That
look
was
it up.
before we were rolling.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't want to answer that one. Dodge. No, would you talk a little bit about work ethic? Here's I am 44, and I do sometimes.
Ooh.
Cut back to the skeleton. and the spider comes out. The spider is also old. But you know, we older people do tend to kind of look back at the younger people and go like, in general, like you don't see, what you see is a lot of whatever.
Yeah.
Like a lot
Yes.
of like, whoops, I'm famous, or like, of course I should be famous. Like just a lot of kind of like listlessness. And
Yeah.
I understand. I think it's a product of our culture.
Yeah.
I'm really not blaming the people.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like good old fashioned, like hit the bricks, tour, grind it out, polish it, work it, and I hate the word networking, but like find relationships and amplify it and ask Jost for
Yeah.
an end.
Yeah.
Just talk a little bit about work ethic and what that means to you. And when you've done things that were hard for you to do but were good for the group.
Right.
So boring. I'm just kidding.
So boring.
No. No, it's a good question. I think like going back to what you're saying about like it's just not sexy to be like I had a clear list of goals and every day I like worked towards
When
them.
Aziz did this show,
Yeah.
I've said this before.
I know what
You
you're
know
going to
the
say.
story.
Yeah, we've all listened to your podcast
Yeah.
so much.
Well, you know
were
how
you-
much this mattered to me.
So
yeah.
you, I think, if I remember correctly, you were like you had kind of a calculated, like ascent, and he was like took issue with that. Is that what
It's
happened?
different.
It's different.
Business school? Wasn't that a part of it?
I think part of Aziz's lore is that he majored in marketing, and I
Yeah.
think that helped. And I think, look, this is not shots fired to Aziz. It's all respect, actually. But I vividly remember being 24 in a bar in New York after a show, and he was 22, and Dane Cook had just sold out Madison Square Garden. And I think this is admirable. That's why I don't mind saying it.
Yeah.
He kind of casually was like, okay, Dane is whatever Dane was, 30.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, I have 8 years to sell at Madison Square Garden. He just kind of casually mentioned, that's a good, now I've seen you can do it. I would like to do it.
Yeah.
And then he fucking did it.
Yeah.
And when he did the pod, and look, I'll take his word for it. He says he didn't say it, which I've misremembered things. So I'll go with him, and he didn't say it. But I'm like, why? If he is denying it and he did say it, I'm kind of like, why isn't it cool? I think it is cool to go be 22 and go, I want to sell at Madison Square Garden. Because look, I don't mean to sound like fucking Tony Robbins, but like that is the first step. If you're going, I will never sell out Madison Square Garden, you won't.
Yeah.
Like fucking facts. Like that's the realest shit.
Yeah.
And I've told this story a million times, but I remember being like backstage doing some show, and I was like, I'll never have a TV show. This was on Crashing.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't picture myself on the side of a bus. And a voice in my head was like, don't worry, you never will be. And I was like, fuck. So then I changed it.
Yeah.
And I started, I'm not talking about manifesting, I'm talking about green lighting and saying it's okay to want what you want. I don't think the universe was like, and now we will honor his wishes.
Right.
But if I'm like,
Totally.
I can't see it, it's not gonna fucking happen. That's just like basic self-love stuff.
Totally.
So what does that make you think?
I think it's like we were always goal oriented in the way that you're talking about, where it's just like it made it easier to go like, I want to make a video in 2 weeks. I want to have this video done.
Yeah.
And like little by little with your goals, like you can kind of start dreaming bigger because you realize that stuff is attainable when you keep going.
And it's just ordinary people that are doing it.
Yes.
It's like gross feeling and embarrassing because it's like, I think that I am entitled to like some kind of career or something like.
Right.
There's like an arrogance.
There
to
is
it
an
or something.
arrogance
And
to
it's
it.
grotesque.
Yeah.
I'm totally
it
with
is.
you.
But it's also like, you're never going to do it unless you have some element of it.
Right. You have to say yes. What is this? A fucking still on Instagram with a quote? But you have to say yes for it. Like you do. So you guys, what is you're doing? Go ahead.
This is so weird, and I never even think about this, but I took a class at the end of my senior year of college that was about like systems science and about how like if you have systems in place to achieve the things that you want to achieve, that's the only way you'll do them.
Yeah.
Like how like motivation and all of these like lofty kinds of things like just don't work unless you're like
systems
like
something real.
Like 3 times a week I will meet up with these people for 3 hours and we'll read these things. Like that is the only way that you'll continue to like.
I fucking love this.
Yeah.
And I wish it wasn't embarrassing because I think a lot of you guys must get it all the time.
It's so embarrassing.
Dude,
I felt really embarrassed just saying that.
No, that's why I'm giving you a hard thank you. Because I think the reason why people come up to you guys and go, dude, how'd you get SNL? Is because they think you want a call-in show. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, we called John's dad and we said,
And we said, hey, it's time. And he said, okay.
because your dad was the writer,
Producer. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Producer.
well, yeah, it was as easy as just a phone call.
Time. Yeah, but that's bullshit too. So that's your version of radio call-in show is, it must be some sort of nepotism or something.
Yeah, but it's like, it's funny with that because it's like the conversation surrounding nepotism is one that we understand. It's like, oh yeah, that like we are extremely lucky to have the connections and to have just seen family members go in this business. Like
That's
that is
way
huge.
more helpful. Val and I talk about that with our daughter. We're like, all of my friends followed their dreams.
Yeah.
And they're varying degrees of super famous or whatever.
Right.
But like she will grow up like in a brothel of people that like
tried to get
that
after it.
tried
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
And we don't have that. I'm glad you said that because like people think it is someone going like, my son is ready to be on the show.
Right.
It's horseshit.
Yeah.
And systems, I can't thank you enough for that answer because that's real.
Yeah.
And it's very The War of Art. Did you read The War of Art?
I just read it on the plane to LA.
Did you listen to it?
No, I read the whole
because
thing.
I do a great Stephen Pressfield
really?
impression. That's resistance coming in the back door, telling you you're a lazy fuck. You gotta get in front of your keyboard. Was the work good? It doesn't matter.
Wow.
That's someone else's problem. You showed up, and the muse ate your asshole. Like it's like that.
I love it. But Dad actually I did the show at this old theater in New York called The Annoyance with my friend
I remember
Corey.
The Annoyance, yeah.
And we just bombed fucking shit. And my dad saw it. And like, this is going back to like how helpful it is to have somebody that knows it. He made us read The War of Art and Steve Martin's Born Standing Up.
Whoa.
And it was like, yes, okay, got it.
That's not nepotism.
It's just like a dad really helping.
He Obi-Wan'd you.
Yeah. He literally was
Obi-Wan
like
that
homework.
shit. But so what were the systems that you put in place? Did you guys routinely
We met
meet
up every day for like 5 years.
Can
basically.
I just say, it's so, you said boring earlier. That's the right word. You know when you learn how a magic trick is done and you go, there was a dove in his pants?
Yeah.
And it's boring and lame.
Yeah.
It's the same with like writing great sketches, getting on SNL. It's like, we met up every day.
And we still do. Like,
so
that's it.
boring.
Yeah.
It's so boring.
Wouldn't it be great if you were just like, fucking Martin does ayahuasca?
He
comes
came
in.
up with JCPenney hard seltzer. We were like, wow, dude.
What a
keep doing it.
disappointing
Yeah.
spirit journey. JC Benny. He's puking. Hard seltzer.
He got a 2-minute video out of his ayahuasca trip.
And he's never been the same.
No.
He's never been the same. So when you meet up, same time,
Yep. No.
but every day.
Yeah. I would say it changes of like, you know, if we hung out the night before or something.
And it's like a
We also
writer.
had jobs and stuff. So
Yeah.
it was
Right.
Like I was working at the 14th Street Y in New York in the afternoons, like counseling little kids or whatever. And it was funny. It was like, I feel like you had jobs like this in New York where it was like 10 other comedians working there.
Yeah, well, I had an office where it was a bunch of comics and we all met in the same place,
Yep.
which was sort of a version of what you were doing,
Yeah.
although often it was just me sitting there. I use that office so much more than everyone.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I was napping in there. But when it was a little group, that made a difference. So a lot of comics worked at the Y?
Yeah. But then after we got out, I remember we would just keep, because we all went to NYU, we would keep sneaking in and using their rooms to write.
Yeah.
And the staff got so mad at us at a certain point.
They were like, you can't, because it was like kids there, like that were like, you know, locking the doors at night.
Yeah.
So they like knew us. They were like, you guys can't just keep, this is like illegal. You're like,
Right.
You've
trespassing.
been graduated for like 5 years now.
But we would just go into like the film, we would go to Tisch and go down to their like film screening rooms because they had computers that you could connect to a big projector. So we call it the lab. And we project whatever we're writing onto the thing. We'd all sit there and
You just writer's roomed it.
yeah.
Also acknowledging that the immense privilege that we went to NYU. I don't mean to be like,
Oh yeah.
we were.
It's okay. We drop names here. We don't
Yeah,
check
yeah,
privilege. That's actually discouraged. Like kind of like noting it, calling it out. We don't like that. Okay. No, but okay, I hear that. And I think that's 100% accurate and valid. And just it's a point next to it. It's not negating it. How many fucking kids are going to NYU that aren't taking advantage? You know what I'm saying? I think that's something.
Losers. Just
Fucking losers.
Stupid losers.
We actually were surrounded by
Why is deadbeats worse? Deadbeats and losers.
Deadbeats is brutal.
The only one that's worse is bums.
bunch of bums.
In the
feels
80s.
like actually hateful.
Yeah. You couldn't use a cell phone in the 80s if you didn't say bums everywhere. That's what unlocked it. That was the Face ID.
Can I go pee?
Yeah, of course. I got 2 others.
You're gonna leave?
Yeah, I gotta go pee.
I have to go so bad too, but it's okay.
And he peed before the show. I'll just talk to Martin.
Yeah, you guys I feel like need some one-on-one time.
What is there different roles? You're all doing the same thing. I think when people are looking at a group and there is a quieter one, you're like, this is probably the director. I'm not saying that that's the case. You're in the videos, I never would have guessed that you're a quieter person because you're all hitting hard. But like, is that true in the dynamic? Are you a little bit more of the steady Eddie?
I think when we started, I was way more comfortable writing than performing, and I don't think that's. I think we just have like developed together, so we all kind of have very similar skill sets.
Yeah.
Like,
sensibilities.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet? Was it at college?
We were doing stand up.
I'm keeping my mouth shut.
We were doing stand up at NYU. Met through that. Started going to mics together.
What do you mean at NYU? Oh, you mean while you were at NYU?
Yeah.
There wasn't like
yeah.
a stand up.
There was a club. There was
there
like
is.
a club that
What's it called?
Astor Place Riots.
Okay.
It was a really good time.
Badass.
Was it fun?
It was fun.
It was fun. It was like Rachel Sennett was in it. I don't know if you know her. She just did that movie Bottoms. She's so funny.
Okay. So it was like a space, like the university is acknowledging, like a lot of comedy and performers are coming. Let's give them a club.
There was this kid who lived on my floor freshman year who was just like, I think he auditioned for all the improv and sketch groups and didn't get into any. And he was like, I'm going to start a stand-up thing.
That's like, you know what? That is so.
It's great.
When I was in Chicago, I didn't get into all the improv teams, and then you found there was always a place where the Broken Toys, or you know what? Fuck Broken Toys. The people who don't audition well in the hallowed halls of Chicago improv and get a little nervous.
Yeah.
They would go to, in that case, it was like the playground. So this was like a place to catch the people that were not whatever, killing it in the regular way.
Well, I was both. So,
You go pee.
okay, I'm going to go.
No, I meant that in a loving way.
Okay, bye.
What if you left? I would never forget. You just never. Don't commit to the bit. We're enjoying you. Pardon the interruption, weirdos. This episode is brought to us by a supplement that has literally changed both mine and Val's life by helping us promote the production of neurotransmitters. That's such a fancy way to say we've been looking for a way to boost dopamine, to boost oxytocin, and we have found it, and to fall asleep. And we've found it from our friends at First Person. First Person designs precision-targeted supplements made with functional mushrooms, so you can feel good knowing it's all 100% organic mushrooms that aim to stimulate the body's natural production of specific neurotransmitters that trigger activities like energy, mood, and sleep. Golden hour, we call it the good mood pill. You throw it down, tunes you into a sense of joy, connection, and relaxed presence. We were just on vacation. We were taking them every day. Also, when I'm just trying to get work done, when do you not want to tune into a sense of joy, connection, and relaxed presence? You're not sedated. You just feel good. I noticed the difference the first time I took it, and within about 15 minutes, and the effect has built with time the more I use it. I also use their Sunbeam, which maximizes productivity and creative activities by tuning into an inspired, focused mindset by supporting the body's natural production of the dopamine to activate the brain's motivation and reward system. So dopamine isn't just a good feeling, it's actually what motivates us to get stuff done. So if I'm sitting down to work in the morning, 2 Sunbeams, about 10, 15 minutes, kicks in, boom, you're in the zone. And Moonlight I take every night to fall asleep. So you got Golden Hour for oxytocin, you got Sunbeam for dopamine, and Moonlight for wonderful sleep for the GABA neurotransmitter. And there's no melatonin. I don't know if you know that. I'm really against melatonin supplements, and I love that it's not made with that. It's really, really wonderful. 100% grain-free organic mushroom, as well as highly curated blend of nutraceuticals. So excuse me, it's not 100% mushrooms, but it is mushrooms that are organic and a highly curated blend of nutraceuticals. First Person is a game changer. Start improving your brain health and cognition with First Person. Get 20% off your first order by going to getfirstperson.com and use code WEIRD. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. We're also brought to us by our friends at Next Evo. You guys know I love CBD, but the biggest problem that I encounter when I'm telling people that they should try CBD is, one, they don't feel it, it doesn't get into them, and they don't know how to get the dose. So how do you know how to do it right? Next Evo Naturals has absolutely figured it out. Our bodies don't absorb CBD oil well, so when you reach for oil-based CBD products, you could be absorbing as low as 6% of what's on the label. But Next Evo Naturals have developed a proprietary water-soluble form of CBD, clinically tested multiple times, which is proven to work faster, so you know how you feel almost right away, and absorbs 4 times better. So you stay calmer or sleep better during the stressful time of year, which, let's be honest, this is a stressful time of year and we need to de-stress. And that is what I love the most is their stress gummies that have ashwagandha adaptogens to help you ease and flow and get low and cozy and good, and the CBD that's absorbing 4 times faster. It's not well known, but CBD isn't actually an oil, but other companies often dissolve it in oil because it's a cheap and easy way to make tinctures and gummies. CBD only works, though, when your body absorbs it. So Next Evo did the hard work and created a unique proprietary water-soluble form of CBD, and their products absorb faster, better, and are actually quite delicious with no hempy aftertaste. With so many choices, you can trust the brand that has the data. Next Evo products are proven to absorb 4 times faster, 4 times better than most oil-based products, and they work fast with absorption starting in just 10 minutes. Now you can try their brand new extra strength daily wellness CBD gummies that are 2 times stronger than regular strength. Those are dope. Extra strength daily wellness CBD gummies. If you've tried CBD before and you had your heart broken, give it another go. Next Evo is incredible. Don't waste your time with oil-based CBD that might not work. Upgrade to better natural solutions from Next Evo. Go to nextevo.com, nextevo.com, and use promo code WEIRD to get 25% off. That's 25% off at nextevo.com, promo code WEIRD. All right, everybody, let's get back to Please Don't Destroy. We were talking about the different dynamics that Martin initially was a little more comfortable writing. And then I think this is what I want you to do is address the idea. People are going to be like, you guys were the clown boys, and he was sort of like the, you know what I mean? Like in Lonely Island.
Yeah.
It's like Yorma and Andy.
Right.
And then
Akiva.
It's like, oh, you're the Akiva, right? You're gonna direct the movie, but that isn't right?
No.
I also just have no sense of cameras or any of that shit.
No, this is exactly what I'm saying. Like people are just gonna project the past onto you guys. But what I'm getting a sense is it's not. It's like you guys are all performing, you're all writing. He was performing at the what riots at NYU?
Astor Place riots. No, I did Hammer Cats.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which was the sketch group there where I met Ben. And then Ben was doing the Astor Place riots with you?
Yeah.
And then they started a show and then asked me to do it with them.
So you didn't do stand-up?
No, I think it's a
Do you still like
sinful art.
It is sinful. Alcohol is a sin.
Yeah.
What a great little button on that sketch. Alcohol is a sin.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Alcohol is a sin.
It's at the end of Anxiety.
Yeah.
Martin, do you still like stand-up, or is it?
I mean, I love watching it. I don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
It was just so much more. It was so terrifying. Like doing open mics in the city was like being 18 was
That's tough.
Harrowing?
Yes. And
In what way? Like, did things happen?
No, it was just like nobody there liked me. You know, it was just like I didn't want. Well, no. It just was hard to like. I'm not like that social or whatever.
And his act was really racist.
Yeah.
But they didn't like you on stage, but they also just you're not like you weren't a chill hang in the scene.
No, yeah, maybe they didn't like me is a wrong thing to say. People were very nice and good to me. I didn't know how to hang out after. And
I'm so with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that's a certain type of personality. And honestly, feeling like a misfit even in a group of misfits can be a good thing. It can draw you to what you'd rather be doing. Which is why I asked you if you still do it. It's like once you discover sketch and community and collaboration, it can be pretty hard to go back to the Village Underground.
Yeah.
And just like be like, my balls are too low for a young man. This guy knows what I'm talking about.
That's why I never did it. It's just
Yeah.
way too scary.
Yeah, I get it. Even though I love it,
Yeah.
it's one of those things that I'm like, I'm glad an alternative didn't present itself sooner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had already been doing it long enough, and then I discovered it. Do you still do it?
No. I'm hoping to make my breakaway from these guys pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
What's intolerable?
Yeah.
But you are friends. They're friends on the show. because you're friends in real life.
Yeah.
And that dynamic has been rocking strong.
Yeah.
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 We're staying at the same house right now. By choice.
And are you doing a movie? Is this something you can talk about?
No.
We can't really talk about it, but we did. We
already did it.
We did it.
With your friend, Judd.
Hirsch?
Judd Hirsch.
Yeah.
Love Judd Hirsch.
Yeah. He's a great dude.
I just went into the house, and there was a little boy who was like, "Why do all these people keep coming in our house?"
Yeah.
Strange man.
Yeah.
Can I use your bathroom?
She was like, "So you know how Pete tells jokes for a living?" She started to explain it.
Sometimes, my thing with Kate, who rents the house, she always asks who the guest is, and she never knows who they are.
It's so funny.
And I don't know why it hurts every time.
Because
And
you're
I
excited
dread it.
about
I'm
somebody.
excited.
It
I
lags
go,
some
"It's
people."
the Please Don't Destroy guys from SNL. And she's like, I don't know. And I'm like, you never know them. It's like Gary Goldman. Gary Goldman. No. Why do you ask? It kills me. It
That's
really
so
kills me.
funny.
All right, so let's talk about other stuff.
Yeah.
There's 3 of you, so the chances are greater. Ever see a ghost?
No.
Martin, you have
I have
saw a
something.
ghost energy.
Like I just saw a ghost.
I have one. I didn't see a ghost, but I grew up in Savannah, Georgia, which is the most haunted city
I
in
can't
America.
handle it.
Have you ever
can't-
been there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just that droopy, even the trees look like they're dealing with trauma.
Yeah. Oh
They're
yeah.
just like fucking sad, wet trees.
Yep. Well, relax.
This is home.
But so my mom and I moved around a lot. We moved like every year, and one time we moved into this like old. It was a condo or an apartment in a converted hotel on the waterfront, like this giant pink, like beautiful on the outside but kind of shitty like on the inside hotel.
Yeah.
And there were all these rumors about how it was haunted, and like. We were living there for a while. It's like a vaguely spooky, whatever, creepy groundskeeper guy, like classic stuff. And
Everything you're saying is classic,
I know.
including it was just you and your mom.
Yeah.
Yep.
So are your parents divorced?
Yeah.
That's par for the course.
Yep.
I've said this many times, but every haunting is, I had just left Henry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, and I took the boys.
Yeah.
It's always
Yep.
And they can't get away. It's
Yeah.
like the echoes of fucking trouble are chasing you or
Yes.
something, which I don't believe, but like it's a weird anomaly. Keep going.
And then every night for like 2 weeks, the fire alarm started going off in the night, and everybody would evacuate the building. And the fire department would come, and we would be like, "What's going on?" They would be like, "We don't know. It's like faulty system or whatever." And then after like a certain point, we were like, "What is going on? Like, you have to tell us what's going on." And one of the guys was like, "Well, the signal is coming from the basement, but the
don't
basement,
like this
the
story.
basement is locked and nobody can get in."
I don't like it.
And it was like,
I don't like that. I don't like it.
And my mom also says she saw a chair fall down in the middle of the night.
God damn it.
No one
But we
likes
had
this.
cats, so it might have just been a cat.
Oh.
Cats are
Yeah.
the ghosts of the pets.
It was a cat, bro.
Yeah.
Cats are ghost pets. That's creepy.
It was very spooky.
Are you open, even you, Martin, who's never seen one? If you saw one, would you just be like, there must be any other explanation? Or could it be a spirit?
I'm open to ghosts.
You're open to ghosts?
I would
Yeah.
love to see a ghost.
Well, that's what
Wouldn't
I
it be
think.
great?
That's what I'm
You
saying about
fucking
ghosts.
nuts.
If
You're on a plane and there's hello on the window. Hello, Martin.
that's the thing about people that have said they've seen them, where it's like, I am totally open to it. But if I saw a fucking ghost, my life would be different forever.
Yeah.
I would go, like none of this would be happening. I wouldn't care. There's a fucking ghost? Like, that's crazy.
But what about UFOs? That's like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? UFOs are ghosts for science and proof nerds.
Yes, true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go on YouTube.com and watch A Lonely Island about top UFO sightings. And there's some that like everyone saw.
Yeah.
And there's like multiple angles
Yeah.
of a giant black triangle.
Yep.
And then it just zips away and everyone's like, ah! And we're just like, see, this is why I don't think It's true. I think if you saw a ghost, your brain, you know how women,
compartmentalize it, and you just like
it's like childbirth.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
part of the brain that deletes the
Yep.
trauma of childbirth.
Right.
I think you just can't handle it. It's not convenient. So you just go back to eating nacho cheese, which is why in the new Indiana Jones, when he's like, they ask him if he believes in God or something.
Yeah.
He's like, I've seen stuff that doesn't make sense. And it's like, Indy, you watch the Ark of the Covenant open and kill 30 Nazis, and you're still like, I'm an agnostic. Like, what the fuck? But that's actually kind of true.
Yeah.
We can't hold on to Al Gore's inconvenient truths.
I guess I'm also. That was awesome. That was great. I feel like I'm also thinking about horror movie ghosts.
Yeah.
If it was a ghoul, somebody's face, like a
Which is-
lady that drowned and
Yeah.
she's back.
Yeah. You
And she
can't call
goes
them
right
ghouls,
there.
by the way.
Oh,
That's a derogatory.
against ghosts?
If you see a ghost and you go, a ghoul, like that.
they would be upset.
They
Guess
hate
what? Don't
that.
give a fuck.
They hate it. Look, they have nothing to lose. They're already dead. They'll come for you. Yeah. So you're saying if you saw a ghoul, it would what?
That is what I'm saying would stick with me forever. But if I saw
hear you.
just a figure, an
confusing entity.
yeah, I think I could compartmentalize
What about
it.
psychics? You boys ever go to a psychic and have your
Too scared.
minds blown? Wouldn't go.
No.
Wouldn't go?
I would. I haven't yet.
I don't know why you look like you could be read by a psychic extra
Yeah.
extra easy.
Oh, definitely.
There's
I
something
have
readable about
my
you.
dreams are like just so parallel to whatever I'm anxious about. There's
really?
no. It's so easy to
I'm like
figure out
you.
That
what's
A to
going
B.
on. Yeah,
I wake up and I'm like, yeah,
it's like, oh, I get that.
no analysis needed.
No, it's not like the bird represents fear. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I was like bombing on SNL. Like I was, oh yeah, I'm scared about
Yes.
that. Like,
yes. What about almost die? Ever almost die? I bet all three of you haven't almost die.
No.
oh God.
Really?
No.
Never sucked away by a riptide? Hot air balloon going towards those power lines?
Have you? I don't think
These
I
are
have.
all real. No, I mean, my almost die story isn't great, but I was holding my dad's hand walking in the beach and like a wave like almost sucked me out. And he pulled me out and I was like covered head to toe in sand. And I remember it. But what's weird is I remember it in the third person. Like I remember watching it.
That happened to Pete.
Whoa.
Yeah. I was
Wow.
like- but I remember being in the shower and there was sand in my mouth and I was like, like completely
Oh my God.
total sandman.
No,
Yeah.
I've
Never
never.
almost died.
I mean, no.
What about what's your after party technique? Do you guys go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we go. Adderall?
You take Adderall to a party?
No. You're so hyped up from the show that it's like,
It does a little bit feel like work.
yeah, it is.
I've been to a couple and they didn't feel chill to me.
It's not what you think an SNL after party is going to be ever.
Are you
Is that Marty
kidding?
Short?
Take it.
Like fucking spam risks. No, my phone's on Do Not Disturb. But they,
But they
just
just
call
call
again. They call again.
Wow.
Fucking damn. God damn it. So it's not fun.
No, we have.
It can be.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it's like truly like unwinding from a crazy week.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
It's fun seeing friends come, like when Brady comes to the after party or my fiance or something.
Yeah, like Paul McCartney. or,
yeah,
you know.
Paul
Yeah, yeah.
Simon,
And
Post
I
Malone.
rotate. Post Malone.
Yeah.
I'm more of a pre-Malone guy.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
We'll fix it in post.
Fuck yes.
Nice. Knuckles. Yeah. Knuckles. Nice.
There we go.
Okay. All right. Oh, I had the next area. That's right. I'm hosting. I'm coasting and hosting. It seems like it's there's so much energy involved. Are you guys being careful with your bods, like when it comes to booze and like, are you like regiment? What I'm asking is like, are you the new generation that is going like, I'm not gonna necessarily get fucked up or drink in the office because it's like we're going for it, or is it still kind of like a party sphere?
It's not really. On Saturdays, we'll party, like after the show.
Because you're unwinding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like during the week, you can't really be hungover and
Do it.
do the days.
Yeah.
So
we work like finance bro hours.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah, literally.
it's like a lot to handle, but
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of opiates.
yeah, amphetamines.
Yeah.
But
I mix
that's,
them.
I mean,
You mix them.
that's
And
it.
it's called the Buddy the Elf.
yeah.
Which is it's just I don't mind saying it. Nothing better. Nothing better.
You don't drink anymore?
No, I don't, and that's been good for my comedy. I guess that's kind of what I was getting at. But
Yeah.
that, like, it's a confirmation bias. I'm like, that works for me. Have you guys figured that out yet? But some people do drink, and it works for them.
I didn't drink during the pandemic at all.
And did it?
I liked it a lot, yeah. But then SNL was like, I was like, fuck, because I was like 23. We did this show downtown at this bar called Vaughn. So like every Wednesday I was getting like fucked. It was just like a party after the show.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta stop that. And then so I just stopped and was like, oh, I'm just not gonna drink the whole time because like, why would I? You know what I mean?
Right.
And I liked it.
What about like, are you finding a correlative?
Brady.
Brady?
Braden?
Brady? You just said what I said. It was correct? You nailed it. Correlative? Yeah. That's not it.
Correlative.
Correlation?
Correlation, yeah. Between like any behaviors and creativity. Like I'm one of those guys that like if I can't think, go for a walk. Or somebody, this is gonna sound stupid, but like juggling. Somebody said like bouncing a basketball is way better than like just kind of staring at your keyboard. Some physical disruption.
Yeah.
I play
Have you
basketball
found
all
any
the time.
links between? Yeah.
Yeah. That
Does it
helps
help?
me. Definitely. Yeah.
Right.
Get out of my head.
That's a Stephen Pressfield thing. He's like,
Yeah.
why is it you think about a sketch hard at your desk, then you go for a walk, and he's like, there's something
Brushing your
still
teeth.
working on
Yep.
it
Yeah.
effortlessly.
Yeah, that's the best.
And that kind of goes with his theory that like art wants to exist and that there's
Yeah.
something kind of like this is adding a story to it that is sort of like divine or
Yeah.
it like has a will because it is still going even though thinking hurts and
Totally.
efforting sucks, but like you're just brushing your teeth and
Yep.
you go like, oh,
It was always there. It was just working its way up.
it just needed to come out.
I do the 12-3-30, which is 12 incline, 3 miles per hour for 30 minutes
12
On a treadmill.
on a treadmill.
You're on a treadmill and you do what?
12 incline, so you're like walking up a hill.
Oh shit.
3 miles per hour for 30 minutes. And it's been like I did it all tour. We like all did kind of.
12-3-30. Jeez
Yeah.
and crow.
It's nice.
And
You're
is it-
just sweating buckets by the end, and it's like I feel like I have to do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm glad I asked.
Yeah.
I'm a big treadmill person too. I know I should be walking outside, I suppose, but I'm like, I don't have to watch out for fucking cars.
I know.
Goddamn.
I wish I
foxes.
did. Marty's a runner. He runs outside.
Big time.
All right. You don't
Yeah.
mind dodging cars and foxes.
I don't like it. I like.
We're staying in
looking
like
on
the
my phone.
hills, and I'm like almost hit by a car 5 times.
I was gonna say, no one's stopping at those stop signs
Yeah.
up
No.
there. You gotta be soup's care. Tell me a name droppy story. Go ahead, fucking do it. Just tell me that weird story. You know you have it. Fucking just tell it. Just fucking tell it. It's okay. Everybody loves it. Fucking Rami Malek comes in and grabs your nips. Just tell me. Tell me when he
Hung out
grabbed
with
your
Nick
nips.
Rutherford once. That was pretty cool.
And I went through my brain and I found Nick's face. Yeah. And I was like,
I love Nick.
I love it. But I think people are looking for like Vin Diesel.
It was a real thing though because it was at the SNL 40th. My dad got to take us, his whole family.
And he brought Nick as a date.
No, Nick was writing there, and it was like Prince was there, Jay-Z was there, and I just was so excited that I got to talk to Nick Rutherford.
Really?
Like, yeah, because
like a true
He's like a
comedy
comedy
nerd.
nerd.
Yeah, I love that. Great answer. But has anyone blown you away? I remember, I think it was Mulaney. I was like, who blew you away? And it was John Hamm, which is funny because John is such a presence in the scene. We've all kind of it's not gotten used to him, but like this is Mad Men John Hamm and he hosts and everybody's shitting a brick. Anybody make you shit a brick or excite you?
Brady, what?
Tony Hawk.
T-Hawk.
Met Tony Hawk. That was extremely cool.
That
Paul
was
Rudd was
awesome.
amazing. I mean, Mulaney.
Yeah.
We did a video with Taylor Swift. That was crazy.
Was she fun?
Awesome.
Yeah, she was awesome.
I always want to know, what are they eating? Do assistants run in with some sort of weird baguette? with
It's
seaweed?
always more normal than you'd think.
Really?
Yeah, it's like it's not like, whoa, look at this. It's like she was just like, oh my God, yeah, that's so funny. Eating like a salad. Like, yeah, I would love to do that. Like, that's it. Like it's so not like.
Yeah. I based that on, I think it was Tom Papa told me that he was doing a movie with Matt Damon, and they just brought him
Paul F. Tompkins.
Paul F. Tompkins?
Yeah.
And the Blue Ice Cubes?
Yep.
You guys are fans. It's fun.
Yeah.
I always think of that story because
Yeah.
I think that was E3 Live, which is a blue-green algae that has a lot of protein and B
Whoa.
vitamins. in it.
Wow.
So I'm always like, what are these guys eating? But that's on set. You got to
Yes,
keep it
on
light.
set you got to do it.
Keep it light. All right, what about
Systematically.
fucking God? You guys listened to this podcast. This is your, this is our time. Let's talk about it. Any thoughts on?
I never make it to the end of the podcast,
Yeah,
so
I
I don't
understand.
know.
The first 30 are awesome.
First 30 is
another-
great. The riff dump. The riff. Get through the riff dump, and then click it off as soon as I'm like, Jesus. It's like, yikes.
No,
but-
I love those parts of the conversation. I like what? Should we what?
I don't know. No.
Pee again?
Should we go pee?
We all know you're doing ketamine bumps out
Yeah.
there, guys.
I believe. I'm a believer.
In what?
I don't fucking know.
That's okay. This isn't Martin time. You're not on the spot. But like, it's just an opportunity for us to talk about like it's fucking crazy that I'm in here and you're in there.
Yeah.
But we're also here.
Yes.
And
yeah.
no one's talking about that.
Yeah.
It's like one of the weirdest things. Like I'm
Yeah.
in here all the time.
Yeah.
I got stoned the other night. I was on the road, not selling out St. Louis
What theater?
theater.
What club?
Yeah. I love what theater. No.
What theater is
I
so
love
good?
what theater.
What theater? Oh, it wasn't. Oh, that's so good.
What private jet company are you guys using? I'm not private jetting. I'm just saying that would be another what theater. I couldn't.
You are more famous than we are.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Well, I
By
appreciate.
a million.
But no, there's zero complaints coming from this guy. I got stoned and I was like, I was lonely. I'm on the road. I'm looking at Facebook.
What theater?
It was Helium Comedy Club. That's right. No! It's like a 500-seater. Old Holmes is going out going like, there's a lot of available seats. There's a lot of Elijahs at this Passover. And it was still very fun, and I'm still very grateful. But,
Yeah.
hurts a little bit.
Yep.
Any hoozle. I'm stoned. I'm on Facebook because I'm fucking just curious who's in here.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
Totally.
scrolling. Then I watched some fucking movie. I watched the unauthorized, unauthorized Melrose Place documentary.
That's so funny.
Because
Have
I'm
you seen that, Brad?
so brain dead. I have to watch something totally
Yes,
stupid.
yeah.
And I'm loving it. And then remember, I'm stoned. I'm not very stoned, but I'm stoned enough that I turn off and I'm like, what do I do now? And I'm like, oh, I'll turn the lights off, lay down, and I'll just watch my mind. You know what I mean? You ever get that feeling where you're like, you're not stopping the entertainment or the phone. You're just looking at the inner phone.
I
You're
have
just
that on
like,
a
let's see
plane.
what it does.
Yeah.
You have what?
On a plane when it's like I'm only thinking about it in terms of like entertainment and passing time. Okay, I'll read the book. I'll like, listen to my music, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll think for a little bit. Like I'll think to myself, oh, I'll do some thinking.
As if
It's
you're like,
the
I'm going to play a
OG
podcast.
Yeah.
It's the OG
thing.
phone. What do you
Yeah.
got?
Yeah.
Especially if you're stoned, it's like, remember this kid from camp?
Yeah.
And you're like,
Have you
like-
seen those? I forget what it's called, but I've seen it on Instagram where it's like a darkness retreat, where it's like for 4 days
Oh my
you
God.
don't see light at all. You're in pitch black.
Whoa.
And there's these videos of the people like finally like readjusting with these glasses or whatever, and then taking them off and seeing the world again. And I really want to do it.
Why?
Because it's-
because they're ecstatic?
Yeah, because it's you go what you're talking about of like what's in here.
Yeah.
That's all you have.
Yeah.
4 days in a row.
Wow.
Dude, I do not believe that at all.
What do you that I want to do it?
No, just that people are reacting that way because they had a
camera.
horrible experience.
And
Like
then
that,
they
you're
get-
saying that they enjoyed taking the blindfolds off.
Of course, because it was hard as shit. And then they take them off and they go, "Oh my god, look at the world."
Yeah.
'Cause
Right.
it's like whatever it's called.
Sensory
But-
deprivation, sort of.
yes.
But you'd
Yeah.
have that same reaction if you were locked in like a suitcase for 4 days.
Well, that is how they do it.
That is the thing. Yeah.
It's a coffin.
Did I not say that?
It's emerging from a coffin. But it's like dopamine fasting.
Yeah.
It's like vision, sensory fasting, I
Yeah.
suppose. Which is, I buy it. I think that would be really hard.
It would be horrible. They say like day 2, they were like, it was the most painful thing ever because
Yeah.
it's just this.
Yeah. And dude, have you ever been like, I encourage you to do it if you haven't, but like falling asleep at night. We get a chance every day to do it. And if you do it kind of deliberately, I'm like, picture a light, like picture a light source.
Yeah.
And you can, like full white, you can make it but it has the sensation of a
Yeah.
spotlight hitting you. Or I've said this before, but like, I've been at the bottom of a space shuttle taking off, like watching the plume. And as soon as you notice that it's happening, you go, "Ah," and it goes away.
Yeah.
But it's like your fucking brain is crazy. And that's kind of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When it comes to a story, an example of the story would be, oh, the universe is playing with itself. It's dancing with itself. Or you could say God made the world. Does anything resonate with you guys? No wrong answers.
God.
Just in this moment, not your final answer. Just today.
Yeah, vaguely like I think there is something keeping like a narrative going. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Of like
unfurling something with a
Yeah.
greater purpose.
Yes.
Or like an arc.
with an arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're a part of it.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, that feels right. Like synchronicities,
Yeah.
that's a pretty basic thing. Like, have you ever been, maybe it's the week you're going out for SNL or something, and you just get these signs, these little winks that you're like
Yeah.
in the flow.
Totally.
And I feel like if you wrote all those down, it would
would-
be embarrassingly long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
totally.
it's a phenomenon that we're all bored with, or it's inconvenient. You're
Yeah.
like, I don't know what to make of that.
Going back to the Stephen War of Art, it's like the muse feels really spiritual to me. Like whenever we're on a run,
Yeah.
I'm like, that can't be me.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
that's something else.
When you say I'm getting out of my way, and the
Yeah.
idea comes in, well, who is getting out of what's way? And
Exactly.
it's still
Yeah.
in you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys know from listening to this pod, that's the way that most people that are atheistic leaning, they still concede that there's a flow place where something wanted, like the yearning. There's
Yeah.
a yearning and it wants to come through you.
Yeah.
And that's a Stephen Pressfield thing too,
Yeah.
is like you might have an idea and if you don't do it, someone else will do it. Like that happens
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
And it's almost like these things are floating around and then they kind of, you either say yes to them or you
I
don't.
like the fishing metaphor that
Yeah.
David Lynch, like,
Is that what he says?
yeah, you have to like show up and wait for the idea. Like, you have
Yes.
to, if you don't go to the lake and fish for it, you'll
Yes.
never catch any fish.
Yeah,
Like,
I love that. And Alan Watts has a lake thing too, where he's like, you have to get the water still and let all the sediment fall. And that might just be breathing or walking or basketball, honestly.
Yeah.
Something that gets all that noise out of the way.
You know what's the thing that I've been thinking about that I just don't understand?
Tell me.
You are the universe experiencing itself.
Yeah.
What is that?
What does that mean?
Yes.
I mean, another way to say that, because I'm one of those people, is that there's nothing personal about being. We're all like vessels of awareness, and then they're personalized in these packages. But that awareness is what the universe is, meaning this room is made of, like, consider that if you did close your eyes and you
Yeah.
touch this, you make a story that, oh, there's a chair here, but what's really fucking happening? Get like honest, scientifically honest. There's a sensation that appears in your awareness. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a
Yeah.
screen and you could see it like data, like
Right.
like sand on a speaker. It it jumps up when you touch this. But like, is that real?
Right.
The universe is made out of perception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when we say what is left when you remove all the data that the perception is perceiving, you might call that being itself, pure awareness. You could call it God or like whatever floats your. But there's a real comfort in going like, Pete's fucked, but that thing is okay. Like that thing doesn't have any fear or panic or dread. And the more you can move your investment, your identity from Pete, which Sometimes he's Richard Simmons bombing. Sometimes he's killing. Okay, fine. It's always changing. It's always in flux. What was consistent? Rupert Spira would say the screen. The screen on which everything appeared is the same. Whether you're tripping balls, whether you're drunk, having sex, killing, bombing, alone, together. It's a still point.
Yeah.
Moving is, this sounds like we're stoned, but it's like it's an illusion. Like you go to London, it's still the same fucking thing. Just everything on the screen changed with the screen. So spirituality is the I would say one way to think of spirituality is removing fear, anxiety by shifting your identity from the characters in the movie to the screen.
Can you repeat that?
You can listen to it again on half speed. Oh, but I didn't answer your
really
question. Another way of saying what you were saying, like I'm the universe experiencing itself. You could say I am the eyes of the universe looking at myself, meaning here's a very simple, practical thing. And it can lead to paranoia, but most of these ideas can. You're on an airplane looking out the window. Everyone else's windows are closed. In that moment, you're giving reality to that cloud.
Right.
You're the one seeing it. So appreciation and experience is a way of loving and giving validity. The reason that can lead to paranoia is like we close our eyes, everyone closes their eyes, are we here? Sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah, it gets a little weird.
It's such a weird thing. The reason why I ask is just because it's like that has always resonated with me and I just can't visualize it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that made sense to me.
I think I would say Rupert Spira is a really great non-religious language. He doesn't even say God. He's just saying the most important question is what is it that's aware of my experience?
Yeah.
And he goes, no one asks that. Like, just what is it?
Yeah.
Not who is it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking John.
Yeah.
John is, we gave you that.
Yeah.
Something gave you that. And
Yeah.
we're pretending that it's normal to be John. But like the quality of something that knows that it's feeling something, hearing something, tasting something, remembering something. Memory is fucking crazy. Remember when you went to the bathroom? Remember my bathroom? How are you doing that?
Yeah.
Like, where did you find that?
Yeah.
Oh.
And when you get to the humble side of science, I'm all for science, but when science can't, and I'm not saying this to point a finger, I'm just saying it's a pretty big blank area in science that we don't know how we are observing. So you're looking at a microscope and you get data, but you don't know what it is,
Right.
or you don't know yet, you could say, what it is exactly, or you can't quantify or reproduce what it is that's looking in the microscope. That's a pretty...
Yeah.
That's why I think scientific arrogance is funny. It's just like you don't know what it was that observed what you observed.
Right.
Anyway, I'm on a tear.
I love it.
I love it.
Get fucking stoned and listen to this again.
Oh my God.
Martin,
No, that
anything?
was good.
I see you shimmering.
No, I really don't think about it ever.
Yeah.
And I think I grew up very Catholic,
That might
altar
be
boy,
why.
9 years.
Yeah.
So
Shout
I feel
out.
like the second I start thinking about stuff like this, I'm like, oh, like Pascal's wager type stuff of like, I don't know. I just know that I'm going to end up becoming Catholic again. Like it just feels so deep in me.
That is
And
so
I want to put
funny.
that off. I would love to do
so
that when I'm
funny.
70. As
Yeah.
opposed
That's
Instead of, like,
exactly
35.
what
Yeah.
Mulaney said. He goes, I was raised Catholic. I don't believe anything now, but I know in the future I will be very Catholic. That's just how it goes. And I actually think you don't need my validation, but for what it's worth, I'm like, that's right on schedule. It would be weird if you guys, again, I'm almost dead. But like, it's there. And I think it's nice to have these conversations just to remind ourselves that you, by virtue of existing, get a seat at the table and get to have a perspective.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a master's in divinity, or you don't even need to read these books. You can just go like, it's like falling asleep and going, can I picture a light?
Yeah.
Like just getting curious about it with your comedic, iconoclastic perspective. That's a help in looking
Yeah.
at the meaning of life, and rejecting all that stuff is all, or even taking a break from all that stuff is super good.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I love it. TM helps with that too.
Do you
Yeah.
meds?
I
Meditate?
haven't been.
You on meds?
I'm on meds.
Meditation.
I did it for a long time and then like fell off kind of SNL because I like any chance that I got, I would just nap instead.
Yeah.
But I'm slowly and
So
surely
once you got hired at SNL, you started drinking again.
drinking again, stop meditating.
I gotta say, sorry to be advice guy, but doing Wim Hof. If you go on YouTube and just
Yeah,
type in
yeah.
3 rounds of Wim Hof,
Yep. That
I
shit
don't think
rocks.
there's anything. It's like
Yeah.
taking 15 Xanax.
I know, it's crazy.
And then you're like, I do it before I go on stage.
Yeah.
My wonderful opener Matt is on stage. I have 25 minutes. I do 3 rounds, and
Yeah.
I don't even push it. And I go on stage, and I'm just like, fucking.
You're there.
I'm so there,
Yeah.
and my body is regulated and all that
The
stuff.
breathing stuff is amazing how
I would breathe
tangible the-
before I'd meditate these days. That's all I meant. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, it's like you just feel it immediately.
Yeah.
Like TM, even on like good sessions, like, oh, I kind of feel it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But breathing exercises
can't-
really are just like, oh.
And you
okay.
can do it fucking bad.
Yeah.
Like
And
it's-
still help.
and it still helps.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. And this, I don't mean to be putting down meditation, but like, I don't know. For my money, it's like, it's been helping me more.
Yeah.
I'll give you these. This is first person. It is a sponsor, but I'm going to give you guys some of this first person. It boosts oxytocin, which is the feel-good chemicals. It's all just mushrooms, and dopamine, which is the motivating chemical. It's fucking nuts. I'll give each of you some of that. It's really
Thank you.
like because what I'm realizing is, first person aside, how I feel
Yeah.
is so important to creating. If I'm on stage or if I'm just trying to, you guys are jamming, like I need to get my every hack I can do, breathing,
Yeah.
supplements, whatever, to get myself in a state, that sleepover state where you're happy,
Yeah.
safe, and regulated.
Yeah.
These are conversations. Chevy Chase was not talking about having a regulated body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you're in your dressing room and you're feeling overwhelmed, you just put your hand on your chest and sigh 5 times.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
it's such a fucking privilege to live in a world where you can go, is your body regulated?
Yeah.
Is your fucking body regulated?
Totally.
And do it. It helps. I don't know why I got into advice mode, but I
love
love you
it.
guys,
That's
and
great.
I want to give you what I got.
Absolutely.
We love you, dude.
I love you. I really mean it. I
Yeah.
think you guys are fantastic. And whether or not you have anything coming up, I'm excited for it.
Who's to say?
I certainly don't know.
Can we end because I couldn't? Your fucking Wikipedia page says that your name is based on an act. That's what it says. An act called "Please Don't Destroy Our Farm."
We started
Did
a
they
show.
mean track?
What'd you say?
No.
I'm trying to figure out what act means.
An
No.
act, a show, I guess.
Oh, a show.
Yeah.
But Martin and I started a stand-up show at the end of college. For me, Martin was a freshman. Called "Please Don't Destroy My Farm," where I was an evil businessman and he was a farm. We were like, it's a stand-up show, but we were weaving this narrative in between like regular like club stand-up comedian, but doing like
That
full
is
crazy character.
so funny.
Yeah. It's perfect. Like, let's do a comedy show. And it's so high concept and shitty.
It is so.
It's just took me back.
Yeah.
That just took me back.
I did want to talk to you, and I regret not talking about it more, but like about Rafifi era New
Yeah.
York. Like
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with
Oh,
that
I'm
stuff.
so glad. It's worthy of obsession only because I'm like, so few things that I get to be a part of, but I was like there and
Totally.
we knew we were there.
Yeah,
we were like,
totally.
I think this is happening.
Yeah.
And I always showed up too late and I actually got there at the right time. Everything was closing. Everything like
Yep.
fucking what was it called? Twinkle? Is there something?
Luna Lounge?
Luna Lounge. Eating it at Luna Lounge ended right when I got
Yeah.
to LA. All these things were ending, but like Rafifi was just getting started.
So cool.
God, we just didn't have like a place like that.
No.
Yeah, yeah. You guys would have loved it because
Yeah.
they show videos. They would have loved "Please Don't Destroy Our Farm."
Yeah.
weird stand up.
Yeah.
but also, that's all just blurred together. I mean, we have a little time. We're not at 2 hours, right? Is there any Rafifi question or thought?
I mean, I'm just like so interested in that era. Like I've listened to the like Invite Them Up album
Yeah.
so
Oh,
many
yeah.
times. And
So fucking crazy. I'm on that, aren't I?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think I have like I think I do 30 seconds of stand up.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
You do.
Which was a big deal for me because I was like, I got in. Not even in a status way. I just wanted to be, because it was Eugene and it was Bobby
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
fucking hip. And I had just shown up. So to do the 30 seconds was really, really cool. That was a thing they did where you got to do stand-up for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was really, really fun.
But it was like Oh Hello started there.
Yeah.
And like I feel like Joe Mandy had a show there.
Yeah,
And
totally JK.
did you host a show there? Or did you just
No, I
went
didn't.
up there?
They had a show, Jesse Klein and Nick Kroll had a show called Welcome to Our Week, which was on Monday night. And I found about it by reading the Village Voice.
Wow.
And I thought the way it was described, I was picturing like a slick talk
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
And you get there and it's like just a black box.
Yeah.
You know, it smells like someone just spilled a beer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's dark and weird. And there were like, it was sparse. I mean, I love talking about it too. It's a generous topic for you to bring up, but it's like, you know, there's 15 people there. It says probably 50. There's 15 people watching Nick Kroll and John Mulaney do Oh Hello.
Yeah.
Which I resent. Like when people are like, that was just gold. It was gold. I'm like, why watch that struggle?
Yeah.
Eat shit. And that's my point. That's my point. Is it's like it's not embarrassing to say it didn't smash right
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
That's and I don't mean it was like embarrassing or bad. I just mean there were 12 people there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they had to believe in it more than
Yeah.
the response. I mean, it still did very well. It was very funny, but watching that come together.
So cool. We totally tried to like recreate that energy at that. Did you ever go to Vaughn? It's like not a lot of
Bleecker?
shows happen there, but it's on Bleecker. And that was like right before the pandemic, we started doing a weekly show there where we would do like 6 brand new sketches
That's great.
every
Right.
week.
See, systems. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Yeah.
You're like, I regret bringing up systems. Stop
No,
mentioning
but
systems.
that's what
you
it
need
was.
And that's what I feel like for people listening that want to do sketch, want to do comedy group, like having a routine. We
Yep.
perform on this night, and we have a goal so simple, and we're
Yep.
going to meet every day.
Yep.
The Whitest Kids did that at pianos.
Yep.
Yeah.
And obviously John and Nick did it at Rafifi. But like you need to be on a high wire.
Yeah.
We're fight, flight, freeze creatures. And that's why Lorne's model works. And that's
Yep.
why fake deadlines work. That's why it's bullshit. You don't have to do 6 new sketches, but you make your meaning making machines
Yeah.
that go, we said we were gonna do it.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. Now I really sound like fucking Tim Ferriss, but I love Tim Ferriss. It's like
Yeah.
that's the difference between making and moving forward and not, is like making sort of nonsense stakes, but taking them very seriously.
Yeah. There's no difference between fake rules and real rules. It's
That's
just
because there are no
Yeah,
real
there's
rules.
not
That's
any.
exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
And it was good because doing that, it was like everybody would bring in sketches is a very like generous term for what they were. It was like an idea.
Yeah.
And you just had to figure it out on stage.
Yeah.
And it was so helpful.
I fucking look, to close in the same compliment that I started with, watching you guys here today and watching your stuff, I'm just like, it just refuels me. It just makes me so
good.
excited about comedy and being silly and making it work. You guys are fucking inspiring. I appreciate you.
We love you, dude.
I love you,
too.
man.
This is great. Martin,
Thank you.
did you say?
He said,
I love you.
say I love
I love
we love you, man. We love you. Thanks.
All right. What is the hardest you've ever laughed?
We had one yesterday,
With who?
me and Val.
Yeah.
My daughter was watching the iPad. I'd say regrettably, but guys, we need a break. We need a break. She's on the pad. And I was wearing a pair of underwear I don't normally wear, meaning they're kind of lower in the box, and I pulled them up midway. So I sort of had mammal toe,
Yep.
mammal toe,
Yep.
camel toe for men.
Yeah. Moose knuckle.
Moose knuckle.
Yeah. That's what my old boss said. Whatever.
When he would do this, same bit. So I'm topless. Like I said, I was not selling out St. Louis or not selling out Raleigh. Excuse me. It's hard to keep track of which city I'm not selling out. And I'm in my living room, and I missed Val so much. And I was in my underwear, and I was going upstairs to shower, but instead I pulled my pants up and had a moose knuckle. And just started doing a roast of how she loves Brett Goldstein.
Yeah.
And I was like, Brett Goldstein is over. He's going to be irrelevant in like 5 years. Oh, you're mad fit. Get the fuck out of here. We're going to be tired of you.
Oh,
and then I was
man.
going, this is the new sexy. And I started clapping my elbows onto my bare skin.
Yeah.
And it would make like an embarrassing clapping
Yep.
sound.
That's
Here's
good.
the key, John.
Yes.
Just John. Val didn't know all of you. She wasn't laughing at first. That's key.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't. She wasn't
And
in the
you
mood.
dug
She was
in.
like writing an email or something,
No.
and I kept doing it and just going like, "This is the new sexy," and walking back and forth like a wind-up toy. And she started crying, laughing, which made me cry, laugh. And I could tell in the quality of her laugh, she actually was embarrassed, like of me. Like it wasn't just
That's
you
great.
got me. It actually was. She said I did the least sexy thing that's ever happened while roasting the sexiest thing, and that's the observation.
Yeah, that's the observation.
Like, what if I was just going this? But it was pure. It's kind
Yeah.
of the compliment I'm giving you guys' work. It's like, being silly is so undervalued.
Yeah.
And when you can actually step right in the bullseye, and it'll never happen again. It
Yeah.
wasn't for anything. That was my hardest laugh
That's
this
good.
week.
That's good.
What do you guys got? Any hardest laugh stories?
One of my favorites was something John said, which was he was describing this guy who's like a family friend of yours. And I remembered that you were describing him and you were like, he's the type of guy who's always just like, he'll show up and he's just like eating some dumplings. And I was like, the last time we saw him, he was eating dumplings. And that's why you're saying that. But he made it his whole character. Why is he like the type of dude who's always just like eating fucking dumplings?
That
I was high.
is correct.
It made me die.
Both of you guys. You
That-
were like, you just saw him eating dumplings once. He's always just like eating dumplings. Or something.
I don't know if you've heard me talk about my dad being that way. My dad'll see like a firefighter relaxing on a Tuesday, and he'll be like, "I don't think they fight fires on Tuesday," or something like he'll just kind of
blow it up.
Yeah.
But like that same quality is incredibly useful
Yeah.
in like minimizing
It's
this
so
chaotic
funny.
world.
Yeah. It's just
But
like,
making
that's what
fun of
that
it.
is.
That's
Yeah.
what that is. You're one of those. You're a dumpling guy. What you're really saying is, I'm scared. I don't know you, but I know you like dumplings, and my brain calms down when it can say, "You mean the dumpling guy?"
Yeah.
Dumpling guy.
I used to do it with all of Val's friends. I'd go, "Big head,
yeah.
big head," and she's like, "Okay," and I go, "Seaweed hair, seaweed hair, and big head." Okay,
Easy.
like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's a like comedy is like the good use of that type of
Yeah.
Yes,
broad
totally.
stroking. I love that. Oh, get this boy some dumplings. That was audible.
That was so loud. I'm so sorry.
I laugh.
It's weird that that's not more embarrassing. Like farts are mortifying, but your stomach can like be like
just
contracting, like
Yeah.
fucking Jabba dying.
Oh.
And do you guys get that? JK. Anybody else?
Jabba dying.
The Hut.
Yes,
Who
he's
needs
funny.
the Hut? There's a good stand-up. there.
Yeah.
Who needs the Hut?
That's good.
We're going to Jabba's.
That's really fucking
The
good.
Hut.
Yeah. Bumping mics.
Oh, cheers.
Bumping mics.
Bumping mics.
The hardest I laugh is when it's like a really happy thing, and I'm laughing at so hard at how joyous
Yeah.
it is. And there was the season 4 of Succession when it came out. My fiance and I were in bed watching it, and when the theme song came in, we both involuntarily started going.
Yes.
And we got so into the theme song, and we were so happy that I just couldn't stop
That
laughing because we were just like, this is it. Like,
Yes. Is there anything better than that? What
Yeah.
you just said,
It's
and it is
so-
a great song to go like this.
yeah,
It's like, did you hear Kanye and Jay-Z played the Succession theme song 12 times at their show? Like no one would
yeah,
be mad.
yeah. No, it's fucking awesome.
I say it too much, but it slaps. It's a
Yeah.
and it's funny that we all looked forward to a show that gave us PTSD.
Yeah,
We're like, I can't wait.
it's so good.
Marty?
This it's just happened this morning, but anytime my girl, oh, we have to go.
No.
all right.
It looked like he was
Thank
looking
you
at his
so
watch. He was miking his.
Oh,
Mine is going too.
whenever my girlfriend, she'll be like sitting somewhere and start laughing, be on her phone and start laughing really hard, and I'll come around to see what it is, thinking that it's, some piece of comedy or something, and it's always like a gorilla with like big eyes. you know? And she's crying, and that'll make me like cry laughing.
That's so awesome.
Cute.
That's just so sweet.
It is sweet. You sometimes look over the fence and you go like, some people, they just need a gorilla with big eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and me
that's
too
so
now.
good.
Now all my feed is like a monkey falling over, and I'm like, oh man.
Since Instagram has stopped asking you to follow people, like it just starts
Yeah,
showing
yeah.
you stuff that you don't follow.
Yeah.
I'm like, it should have been doing this the whole
Always.
time.
I know.
Like that is literally genius because it turns out I want guys playing the piano to a cat meowing.
Yeah.
Like it's like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I watch it 9 times.
And they knew, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I'm too embarrassed. No, I did follow that guy, but sometimes I'm like, I don't want to follow a mom advice meme
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
but I do.
Yeah.
And it knows because it knows how long you linger on it and all
Yeah.
that stuff. And like, I'm like, fucking fine. Fucking fine.
I saw
take it.
a still picture of an orangutan throwing a possum.
Yes. Yes, dude.
That made me cry.
Was it
and
real?
howl. Yeah.
It climbed up like there's a video
You've seen
of
it?
too. Yeah, dude. I'm really big into the monkey shit as well. I love monkeys.
Why did he throw it?
Because it was in its territory. So like a possum got in and climbed up a thing, and he like notices it and fucking charges up and is like, nope.
Just chucks it out?
chucks it out of the
I think
enclosure.
it's so funny how we're always like, look to the animals, look to the animals.
Yeah.
Just be present.
That's
like,
the thing-
like a bear.
Matt and
You
Tracy
mean that
about
thing that
kids.
just killed a family. Like it just killed a family.
Everybody's like, kids are so pure and innocent, and Matt and Trey are always like, no, they're not.
No,
like they're evil.
They're absolutely delivered, fully fresh cooked. They're here.
Yeah.
I said to my daughter the other day, I go, she's like, why can't I get a toy every time I go whatever to Target?
Yeah.
I'm like, because Bubba, like things don't make us happy. Like
Yeah.
I'm trying to show you that, you know, you get things. She goes, but they do. she goes, I want to swim in toys. She's never seen DuckTales. She's never seen DuckTales.
my
She-
God.
and
I
I'm
wanna
like,
swim in toys.
It's just honest.
Yep.
I mean, that's what you can hand to animals and kids. It's honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all want to throw.
That is pure.
Our mother-in-laws get the. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. I picked the least relatable '80s reference, and I love my mother-in-law. All right, let's dedicate this to Beth Cheney. I'm just kidding. That's my mother-in-law. Would you guys say keep it crispy? I mean, how are we gonna do it? All three at once. I think you should do one at a time and then all three at once.
Okay, ready? Keep.
You're saying
Oh,
one word?
I like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought it
do
was
that,
one
do that,
word
do that,
and
do
then
that.
we all
Here's
do
what
it.
we do:
Do that.
keep it crispy, keep it crispy, keep it crispy, keep it crispy. Then all three keep it.
That's
Okay.
too much. That's too much. Keep it crispy and then all at once. Keep
Oh,
it
that's
crispy.
it. That's
Yeah.
right.
Ready?
See, tape cut.
Keep
It.
Crispy.
Keep it crispy.
From please come, don't disturb on our farm.
Wait, one last thing. We did our coolest show. We came out to LA for our first time. We did this show called Good Heroin, which was we were so psyched to
Don't
be on.
say the name of it.
Oh,
Why not?
That's fine.
and the I think Matt or somebody was bringing us up. We love these guys. They're coming all the way from New York City. Put your hands together for please don't stop. And we were like, fuck.
They're such friends of the show. You know them. You love them.
That is
Please don't stop.
Just so much
staccato.
energy.
not even close.
No, we're
that
just
is
like,
me and
fuck.
Matt do that all the time. We go, he's a close personal friend of mine bringing me up.
Yep.
We love him. He's here all the time. Give it up for Pat Helms, everybody. So we still say Pat Helms. Got it. Love it. Need it. Guys, thank,
Thank you, Pete.
Please
Keep it
You're the
crispy.
best.
don't destroy
Love you.
our farm. Love you.
Thank you, Katie.
Love you.